Hello, everyone.
Hello?
Hello.
Sad day. With the loss of Siren's Gate, we've also lost my dear friend Wilhelm.
Oh no, not Wilhelm.
No!
Oh no.
Perhaps we will find a way, we'll find a new Wilhelm. But I would like a moment of silence for a departed friend.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Hello, everyone. I'm Joseph Ozer, the Dungeon Mistress for Natural 30s. Welcome in. Today, we're going to have yet another episode of, listen to this, The Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle.
She got it right.
She got it right.
I
Let's
do.
go.
She got it right.
And look around you. Do you see all of these faces? I sure do. These are my great friends. I would like them to introduce themselves and their characters, if you would please, starting with the orb.
I am the orb.
Oh.
I play Trish. I play Trish. She's a lovely Dragonborn bard. She doesn't really know much about the world, yet she's trying to learn as much as she can about the world without being a pain in the ass.
And who's sitting next to you, Orb?
I don't know. Who?
Sitting next to Orb would be me, Ozzy Devro, who plays Tinker Slobbersnout. The party's.
I love the way you two actually look at each other.
Look, it's hard not to look at the man. All right, he's a big, gorgeous man, with a lovely beard, big heart, massive cake. Like you can't like fault the man.
I can.
I can.
We did yesterday. But that aside,
Who
are you?
I'm Ozzy Devro. I play Tinker Slobbersnout, the party's pet. Also a kobold artificer who puts things in his mouth to see if they can be dissolved in acid or not.
So a toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, toddler.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. And last but not least, I believe this is your last session sitting alone on your bench.
I think so. Yes, I'm all alone, but not for long. Hi, my name's Cuddly Raptor. Cuddly Alone Raptor, they call me. That's the middle name. But next week it'll be
Cudlone.
fixed. Cudlone.
At
I play
least you smell
Narelle.
good.
No last names. Wow.
Because cologne.
My God. I'm just so lonely, Josie. I play Morale. No last names. Last names are for nerds. And Mirel has an octopus who is another pet of the party. Who had a bonding moment with Tinker last time.
It's true.
The pets
It's
did
true.
bond. Yeah.
They had a
Pets-
moment.
yeah, like we weren't sure we should let them in the same enclosure, but it worked out, you know?
Yeah. It turns out, Tinker, not a big fan of calamari.
Mm.
No. He did try it, though.
And
Oh,
Eleanor,
yeah, it was a little
not a huge fan of eating kobolds, so it worked out.
Yeah. Who knew
Yeah.
that when two pets don't want to eat each other, they can actually coexist?
They,
Oh my god.
that's what we need.
Mind breaking.
That's why we work so
Mine.
well together, because none of us want to eat the others, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, Cold Eater wouldn't mind, but is not actively trying.
I meant us.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're right. Orb didn't say anything, which I think is a little suspicious, but
Yeah. In fact,
I think he's texting his wife.
I think he's.
oh,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
He's
Well,
getting
you're allowed
closer and
to.
closer to the camera, which is really. I can see why Roji is very particular about where we're sitting. It's watching him. No, get
Yeah.
out! Don't do that!
Wait,
That's a
wait.
good point. Which character ate a heart in front of their friends? Caught live in 4K.
No.
Though to be fair, she shared.
She did share.
Sharing is caring. Thank you very much. Yep. And that was Mirelle, 100%. She doesn't even mind that you saw her. Mostly.
She doesn't mind the goblin.
No,
He's
no,
not.
no. Oh my gosh, I should have cut to the intro. Fuck.
You missed it. You really missed it.
We have no buses to throw around today. Besides, there will be no game next weekend. This time, it is my fault. I'm away. I'm gone. Missing in action. Because I'm actually gonna go hang out with Action. I'm gonna go hang out with Pablo who plays Action.
There you go.
Amazing.
I'm also going
We're
to
gonna go
Adelaide.
for a walk.
But then after that, I think we're pretty good again. Roji will be back, and I think there's only like one session that's going to be mucked up. So I think.
I'm gonna take off for the rest of the year, but you guys have fun.
Well, fingers crossed. We should be back pretty regular, very shortly. So.
Yeah. But I think that's all we've got. If you wouldn't mind, on your Roju.
On my Roju, well, it just happens I've got a pocket Roju around here somewhere. Hold on.
Shit.
I know.
Excellent.
I know
Everyone needs a
I've
pocket
got it. Yeah,
Roju.
hang on. No, this is the button. This will get us there.
Okay, good. Welcome back. Last time on the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle. The armor that the scrapped one had been wearing, that they fed to Hold Eater, the living ship, was apparently treated with something called Vita Alloy, metal infused with oils made from leviathans. The day after, the rain poured heavily, and Trish was nowhere to be seen as Tinker and Mirel had to rush to save the ship from being flooded by the sudden showers of water. And when it finally calmed down and they got the situation under control, when they checked in on their bard friend, Mirel, quickly to action, realized that this was a precursor symptom to Spellblight, and urged Trish to expend some of her magical force before the buildup inside her system became too much. Not really thinking about the consequences of actions, as often happen, Trish immediately cast a spell and promptly put Mirel to sleep. This tickled the back of the mind of Trish, but still too sick, just limped her way over to the engine room and poured all the magic she could muster into the ship itself. This, while saving Trish from actually catching Spellblight, also empowered the ship, and they moved faster. The next day, however, as they were all having a discussion, a conversation, as Tinker suddenly fell asleep outside the door to the captain's cabin, Trish finally realized something. Using her telepathic magic, she tried to carefully glean what thoughts were moving on the surface of Mirel's mind, and Mirel, feeling similarly, tried to do the same to Trish. Now, none of them realized that the constantly paranoid Tinker was just walking around screaming mentally to not have his mind entered. While they were caught in a feedback loop of screeching, Trish realized that Lunarkin are supposedly immune to magical sleep effects. And as she realized this, with their minds somewhat connected, Mirel also realized that Trish had realized, and Trish realized that Mirel had realized that Trish realized. And while Trish is now halfway down the stairs below deck, Mirel is by the wheel of the ship, and Tinker is just swearing mentally, standing where he fell asleep suddenly. The two magic users aboard locked eyes for a brief moment, and that's where we're coming back in.
Now, Josie, I distinctly remember rolling a d20 and getting a 20. So, there shall be nothing that happens aboard this ship that is my fault in the next 30 seconds. Probably. But there is a slight temperature shift. The rain falling around Mirel seems to almost freeze ever so slightly. How dare you know which one I was going to go for?
I mean,
it's like the whole thing is, do you know what I'm know what I know? You don't know what I know. Surely you don't know what I know.
Except you both know that
we
the other
both
one
know
knows.
that the other one
That the
knows.
other one knows.
Yeah.
And the only thing Tinker knows is that there's two very snoopy magical users in his head right now, and he's had enough. He's had enough.
Technically, we're not in your head. You're just riding fucking.
Not our fault
bullets.
that you just broadcast.
He doesn't
Yeah,
know
it's not
that.
our
He
fault that
doesn't
you
know how it
broadcast.
works. So
He's
Yeah.
had his mind entered non-consensually many times by
many
now.
times.
Yeah.
That's it. I've had it up to here with this invasions of privacy.
And
I'm going to
Trish is
think
gonna
of the
stop listening.
Dirtiest thoughts. And Tinker thinks of the dirtiest image he can conjure and just focuses on it.
Oh, what
It's-
would that be?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Which way are we going here?
Because no, Tinker, I want you to make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna set the DC to a 20.
Ooh.
Oh.
Intelligence saving throw.
Mhm.
Okay.
You should be okay at these.
Yeah, but what's he saving?
great.
I want to fish for advantage here. What exactly? What type of thing is he?
No, the thing is, okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Mm.
As he's thinking the dirtiest thoughts, his mind does a few jumps, as sometimes happens, and you're rolling to not slip up and show them the most
Ah.
horrifying sight that you've ever
Oh, okay. All right, I get you. Yep. That makes sense.
no.
That makes sense. Oh, you're not gonna fucking believe this.
Did you get a 20? First 20
This-
session.
This is just
Ah.
natural, Aussie natural 20 dev throw.
Why didn't it come through on the roll thing though? I just rolled a natural
It's
20.
good.
It didn't come
It
through.
did.
It's come up for me.
Oh.
I did have to scroll down a little bit, though.
Yeah. I think you just have to scroll. It's just not
So-
scrolling
No, it
automatically.
didn't come up for me at all.
No, it's not showed up for you. I can
Oh.
see it.
Yeah.
I wish someone could go through the stats on how many times
Trains.
someone rolls a 1 or a 20.
To be fair, I feel like Aussie Dev Throw has always rolled a natural 20 when it really matters. I'm just gonna do a big throwback to last campaign with the Wish.
Oh, that was. Mwah, chef's
Why?
That's pretty good. I'm
kisses.
just gonna
That's
refresh
great.
Foundry.
Yeah,
So
no
music will
worries.
be gone for a second. Chat, sorry. Yeah, it's so I rolled a natural 20, just so everyone knows.
For a total of 26.
For a total of
So
26.
you managed to keep that particular site
Okay.
hidden.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Tinker thinks of the time that he was walking around an inn for the first time outside of his home, and he accidentally went into the wrong room. And as he opened the door, there was this old plumekin who was preening feathers around their legs, their upper thighs, and it was just like, but they were doing a really bad job of it, so it was just like some feathers were plucked out here. It was just awful. Just like, imagine like the worst shaving job on your legs you could think of, and like this patchworky. That's what he was thinking of.
That's his dirty thought.
And then there was a lot of squawking and a lot of accusations of pervert, and it was and he's just broadcasting that out to the world right now.
Amazing. Well, Trish has cut off the link.
Yeah.
So Morel's the only one who got it.
Yeah, I think as soon as Trish cuts off the link, Morel lets it fade, but she might get like a little bare minimum of the squawking and just be kind of like, okay.
That's what you get. Right. Now I'm gonna make a helmet. And now Tinker's like mumbling to himself as he pushes past Trish to go down the stairs. I'm gonna get a helmet, and it's gonna be thought-proof. No one's gonna be able to get in there. There is private thoughts and private. I can't stand it. Snoopy wizards.
As you go past, Trish is like, "What are you on about?"
What am I on? What am I on about? What's up with this? Is textbook invasion of privacy. You.
I haven't been in your head. What are you talking about?
And then Tinker whirls around and he leaps up and he grabs a hold of your clothing and he's like snout to snout. He's like, "Don't gaslight me!" And he lets go and he jumps back down. I know you've been in there. He's giving the crazy eyes right now. He is.
What are you rolling deception for?
I mean, you did just say I haven't been in your head, and
Okay,
totally
yeah.
lied.
No, you've totally been in his head.
Passive insight of 14, baby. Tinker knows.
Yep.
Hang on, I can push.
The man who doesn't
No,
push in
no.
battle when we're losing wants to push to lie.
No. I'm making a ruling here. You can't get away from this
I
one.
think Tinker's had his mind's surface thoughts read enough times that he kind of, it's like a pressure. I think he's got a good vibe on it now.
He's got a
is it 'cause
spider
he has
sense.
Yeah.
Keen mind?
Sorry,
Is
got
it
it?
because he has keen mind?
Oh shit.
Maybe. But he slams his door, and immediately you start hearing the rustle of something that sounds like tinfoil. He's definitely figured something out. He's
Tinfoil!
I love it.
Toupee be gone. Tinfoil days.
Tinfoil lines toupee!
Honestly,
Watch for the next art update of Tinker. He's gonna have a tinfoil hat on.
Amazing.
And it does
This-
nothing, by the way.
it does bring me to something actually that might make sense.
Mhm.
I think over the next few days, Tinker tinkers, and with the actual invasion of mental privacy, Tinker unlocks his new feat.
No, what the hell?
But it's not one on your wish list.
No, that's fine.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
happy
okay.
for a feat to be given to
You
me.
get the resilient feat with wisdom. So you're gonna get 1 point to your wisdom score,
Oh shit.
and you get proficiency with wisdom saving.
Oh, Josie, you're so
That's
kind.
perfect.
Oh
That's
my
so good.
gosh. Thank you. You're absolutely right. This is
Benevolent
so
DM
benevolent.
goddess.
Oh my gosh.
We worship you.
We do. Because Tinker's wisdom is terrible. That's a big help.
That's gonna be
You
great.
say terrible. but
It's your worst
I'm looking
stat,
at
but
your
it's still not
stats.
bad, right?
It's not even his worst stat.
It's his charisma.
Okay, I mean,
And his charisma
there's no
isn't bad
fixing that
either.
charisma, okay? There's no fixing the charisma. We can do something about the wisdom.
No, but that means your wisdom saving throw goes from a 1 to a 5.
Yeah, I know. That's
No, 4.
that means
Really good.
the only saving throw he's rolling that's under a +4 is charisma, which is +0. Holy
That's awesome.
moly!
I love
Tinker
that.
is the new Arthur. Let's go.
Oh my god. Someone
Let's
nerf
go.
hashtag nerf Tinker.
We can't have another Arthur. He
Tinker.
was too strong.
Arthur was
We had nerfed him
terrifying.
several
Whenever
times.
I was designing Encounter, I was like, but Arthur, though.
Like everyone else will die. Arthur will be fine.
Hey, Arthur died once.
Once.
He was being the hero. But anyways, as tinkering is tinkering, Trish is gonna come back up and go over to Morel, as she's still at the helm of the ship. I'm guessing he's still steering us, right?
She is gripping very tightly to that steering wheel, and she is staring straight ahead. And if you try and get in her way, she will just give you like a very, like a look.
Oh, she sees. The
I would
look.
like to roll intimidation, actually.
Oh well.
Okay,
Try
you
it.
make an intimidation.
Would I
check,
be
and
able
then
to? Okay.
I want Trish to make. Let's make it a wisdom saving throw.
Are you sure it can't be charisma with savings three?
How do you feel about a 21?
Not great
No,
when
this
I'm
is
an
a
8.
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
I just want to scare you a little bit. You're still, I think you could still see that she can be approached.
Do you have your mask on though?
She doesn't have her
No.
mask.
She
Oh,
gave
that's
it to
right.
Forrest.
Hmm.
That's right.
You see that the little freckles that she put on her face like a couple days ago when she was talking to you all have faded. She looks just like you met her. Just like when you met her.
So what Trish is gonna do then is she is literally not gonna say anything to you, but she's just gonna park up, sit on a butt not right next to you, but like in line with you, and just sit there, grab a little waterproof cloak out, and she's just gonna start writing in a book.
Ooh, a
In the rain.
power move. Yeah, but she's got the cloak over it. All right. How long would you say she stays at that without saying anything?
Well, the first sort of like noise you'd make, be it tapping the foot or whatever, she will jump at that.
Mm.
So whatever noise you make, she's gonna, oh, what the fuck? And then she would probably
I would
try
say
and-
there's an uncomfortable silence for like 5 full minutes. You might sense someone like out of the corner of their eye looking at you. She can't read from that angle. She's trying very hard not to look at you.
oh, she's writing about
Hmm.
just to
Yeah.
put that there. Yeah, she is writing about you.
Oh, that's fine. Finally, after just an abnormally, uncomfortably long silence of just you're just still there,
Yeah.
and Merle knows she can't get rid of you. There's a sigh, and she just says, I thought you did not like the rain.
You know what? I do not. She'll get up. She'll look at you in the eyes, really long,
Mm.
and then walk off back downstairs.
Mm.
Just as she goes down like that last step before the head disappears,
Mhm.
she turns around and goes, "You're looking a little tired. Maybe you should catch up on some sleep," and just heads downstairs.
I think that's the most damage Trish has done this whole campaign.
I think that's emotional damage
that's,
right there.
That's,
I think I took it in my heart a little bit.
yeah. Holy
Dang.
shit. That was a good hit, Orb.
That was the most spot on. I felt that one. Yeah, look,
Is there anything else particular that anyone wants to do?
Trish does want to check up on Tinker. So you'll hear her knocking at your door in a sec.
He opens the door and you see, like, he's essentially created what, like, is essentially just a bucket over his head, but like each like sliver of the bucket is a different material, and he's like constantly shifting it around his head, giving you a look like as if challenging you, but like not saying anything.
All she do is she hands out like a cup of water and go, I thought you would like some water. You've been working hard, a bit of something to help.
When you say you think you might like some water, his eyes twitch. He's like, how did you know? It's not working. It's not working. It's useless. It's useless. And he just slams the door.
Baffled by this reaction.
The door opens again. He grabs the cup of water, closes the door again. Thank you.
Tinker must be hungry, and she says that out loud now, and she's gonna go cook your food.
Nice.
So, Trish is gonna cook food. There will be a plate left on the table for morale. Trish will deliver food to Tinker. She'll eat her food, and then she's gonna retire to her room. So there will be just a plate of food on the table for morale.
I feel like eventually Morel would come down to scrounge and then find a plate.
Cuddly,
stew
how
next to her.
many hours did you leave the plate? Like, if you'd say, like, if
Ooh,
we
yeah.
how long?
Well, when would you say you would
I
eat
would
and then retire?
I would probably come in, not Tinker, food. You crack the shits again because I'm in your head again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hungry.
I go sit down, literally eat my food as you're probably eating in your room yourself. Go put my plate in a clean spot and go pull Morale's out, so this is up, put it down, and then I've gone. So that's like, I don't know, 15 minutes after I give Tinker the food.
Yeah.
So probably about 15 minutes after that, Tinker's crept out of his room, looking suspiciously around every corner, jumping at shadows, thinking, because his paranoia is like sky high right now, and seeing the empty plate of food, and there is maybe like a small like nibble out of the dinner.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
Because if you come when I'm also sneaking down there looking for food, then you will find a Mirelle that is whips towards you with like magic in her hands and then like very quickly does not. So Huh? What? Who?
No.
Also, is this dinner or is this, because I'm looking at the time, it looks like it's breakfast.
Well,
I mean, this could be throughout the day. You tell me. This could be at lunchtime.
This is probably a very
There you go.
tense, awkward day. Excellent. Yeah. So there's a nibble. That's fine.
There is definitely someone has taken a bite out of it.
Excellent.
Yep. And I feel like the only thing that kind of breaks the tension of the day is that every now and then Tinker would like come out of his room and like almost look for one of you two and sort of gauge whether you're trying to read his mind and then
The
sort of run
temptation
away.
to just like telepathically say boo in his head is really fucking high. But I am gonna not do that.
I wanted to do that
I'm
as
a
soon
good
as I got the
person.
cup of water, and I was like, "Ooh, no,
I won't do it. I'm not gonna do it.
not
I'm
yet."
not gonna do it. Mirelle will be like looking at you kind of weird though, being like, "You weren't the one that I wanted to." Your child, calm down.
I won't let you. Won't get in my head again.
I mean, after what she's seen, she doesn't want to. Freaking chicken. Mirelle will, because I imagine Tinker is tinkering a lot of the day and probably not up in the crow's nest at all, or much. Mirelle will probably make a couple trips up there just to see what's going on, make sure they're heading in the right direction. She's gonna throw all the focus into either getting food or making sure they're traveling in the right way and just work basically whole day.
What I want you to do then is I want you to roll a perception check.
Mhm.
You do have. We rolled weather.
We did.
Yeah, it's very light. I believe technically it's thunder and lightning, but almost no rain currently.
I got 15. Yes.
Okay. Now, can you roll me just a d20, please?
I don't like that. A 9.
9. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Thunder in the distance. You're rounding a piece of land and you're seeing lightning strike regularly. At one point, you see, even though the rain has been coming down now for weeks, a small forest fire seems to break out. You can spot the smoke. There's a point later in the day when you can smell it as well. Actually, I'm gonna throw the word over to you, Cuddly.
Hmm.
Since you probably have more experience than me, what would it be like to watch this from a distance?
Ooh, so you said the rain was mostly gone, mostly just dry lightning
Today,
at the moment.
Yeah, it's a very light drizzle, at least where you are, but it's almost like a cascade of lightning that is just constantly striking.
I would say you'd have a lot of smoke from that area. And if the drizzle was big enough, it might be a bit contained, but if not, you may get some flames that you could see from a distance, depending on how high the forest was. But yeah, quite smoky. Probably even over the water, if it's big enough, yeah.
So probably later in the day, if the winds permit, some smoke drifts in your direction. But it seems to be far. No lightning strikes in the water nearby. This is in the far distance. Very reaches of what you can see currently.
Mirel spares a quick thought for Forrest, who she imagines would not like the burning of his precious sticks.
It's fair. Although he does have a stick that burns.
True. It's, tomato.
Tomato. Is anyone doing anything else this day?
How many spell slots should I shove into
Trish is gonna go down, get rid of some spells. She's learnt.
Do the two of you avoid each other while you're doing this?
Trish wouldn't really know because she's got a book and a face as she's writing.
Mirel tries to avoid Trish, misses, ends up being too early, thinking that Trish would read late. And as Trish is unloading, how many spells?
Let's have a look. What I need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
6. Okay. Oh, that's right, because we only have to do above half. Yeah. So I guess as you're probably doing that, book in one hand, and then the door opens. Don't know how silent this door is, but I mean, the more silent, the better. And Merrill just stands there, like, freezes.
And Trish, without changing what she's doing, all she goes is, "Hi, Morel."
Hello, Trish.
Come to spend your spell slots, are ya?
I can come back.
I mean, I don't see why you can't do it now. I'm nearly finished.
I don't know. I feel like you might have a sleep up your sleeve. I don't know. By all means, I am in no rush. And she will just close the door and stand leaning against the wall with her arms crossed, watching you.
Trish, will do 5 spells.
What?
Actually, no, you know what?
You
She'll do the 6.
You only have to do half, right? You don't have to do the whole.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
don't have to do all of them.
Yeah, I know. Technically, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh yeah.
So she has to do 6. But she's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
do 9 because we're getting to the late part of the night.
Yeah.
She's going to go 9 because she wants to boost a little. But she's going to leave 1 slot spare. And as she's just put her books away, dust off her hands a little.
I will also say that it's not the amount of slots, but half your total level of slots.
Okay.
So a 3rd level spell slot would count as you've
Like more, yeah.
used 3.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I've done
I
shitloads.
messed that up when I told you, I think.
I've done shitloads then.
Yeah.
But Trish is gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
Are you
At 3rd level.
at 3rd level?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Since you're casting it at 3rd level, spell mastery cannot be applied, and Mirel, it is obvious then that Trish is casting a spell.
Hang on, I just gotta double check if I need to see. Oh, no, I don't need to see you. All right.
But you are in the same room.
Yep. So I don't care. Trish ain't gonna try and hide it anyway. So what's this? I get to do 5d8 plus additional 2d8 every slot above.
So you get
First level.
98.
9d8.
And a dex save.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And a
7,
dex
8.
save. Oh shit.
I'm mad, okay?
It's fair. I thought you were gonna be like,
That's
oh,
a
count your
lot of
spells, but you
ones.
might not
That
have
was
it.
That was a lot of ones. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, so Mirel, what's your maximum hit points?
31.
Yeah, it doesn't weapon.
And yeah, so you start feeling this drowsiness come upon you, and you saw Trish casting this spell that you've seen many times before, but this time it does not get you, and you manage to keep your eyes open.
That's what makes her angry, because she knows what she's doing, and just this bubble of anger comes up before she clamps it down very quickly. And I, if possible, would I be able to roll to not hit Trish and just hit myself for double the damage?
Or is this your emotions or a spell?
This is my emotions.
Oh.
Then no.
No.
Well,
Okay.
Because these are X's energies brought forth by your rising emotions. So control.
I'm gonna need a dex save.
You're-
I'm so sorry.
hang on. As
Yeah.
Trish sees the emotions throw up, what she's gonna do, as they're just about to expel, so it's all hits regardless.
Uh-huh.
She's
Yeah.
gonna take the hit. She's gonna jump in and give you a hug as it hits.
Emotional
Okay.
damage.
Did you roll a charisma save, or are you just letting this happen?
I'm
Miranda?
letting it happen. She's taking it.
I don't even know how much damage that is. Don't take that. How much damage is it? Wait, do I have to roll?
I don't know.
Wait.
It's for you
Wait.
to know.
Wait, it's for me to know. It's for me to know.
So obviously the sleep spell doesn't really have any noise to it, but
My
what's,
level plus. Oh wait.
what's about to come out of Morel, because that might have sound to it.
It
Uh,
might. True. Depends on
Probably
the
a
emotion.
large crack, and it's 10 damage for both of us.
Crack of
So
thunder.
both
much?
of you take 10 points of
10
damage.
points of damage. We just
okay.
hug and. Zzz.
All right. Well, that happens. As
Ah.
Trish is, I guess, electrocuted by this, she will drop her book on the page that would be left open.
Don't do this to me. Don't do
Ew.
this to me, Orb.
It just has the hero named Morel. And as Trish is sort of like shocked by this, she's like let go of you, and she's sort of like, okay, I need some fresh air, and she walks out without a book.
No, the doors slam open, and this Tinker's like, "What is going on?" Because you guys are in the mouth.
Yeah, there's scorch marks.
Yeah.
There's also scorch marks on the ground.
Because you just heard this massive crack of thunder and lightning from the engine room, where he knows one of you might have been in there, and he's like, "What's going on?"
Nothing happened. Morel was just expending spells, and she's like really trying to push past you now. Like she's really
Okay.
trying to get it out.
Okay, all right, fine. I just heard it doesn't normally make noise. That's all.
And yeah, Trish has gone upstairs for some fresh air.
Tinker, what's your passive perception?
19.
19.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell. You are an Arthur.
So
Nothing gets past him.
Trish was definitely hurt by whatever happened.
Mm.
Like she had like a little bit of scorch marks.
Mm,
She had
mm.
some of that like electricity scarring on her arms. You also see that like on the ground, Mirel is the epicenter of whatever happened. Like she didn't throw a spell;
No,
it
she
exploded
came from her.
where she stood.
And this has happened a myriad of times. Happened in the
Yeah.
in the fakes or the false seed. It's happened a number of times. I feel like by this point, Tinker would be able to deduce that it happens when Morel is particularly angry. I would say, frustrated.
Probably a strong emotion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
you've only seen anger and fear so
Yeah.
far.
So,
Or Tinker has, at least, yeah.
So yeah, so he'd be able to put two and two together by this point. He's been shocked enough times to realize
True.
this.
Oh yeah, in his own experimentation, he's shocked
Yeah.
himself. He knows what this looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, what is going on? You two have just been really weird. Ever since that morning with the thoughts,
Please tell me Morel says what thoughts.
seriously, what is going on between you two? And then this, did you attack? Did you attack Trish, or did Trish attack you, or? Wait, I just asked Cold Eater. He's watching us right now.
You can ask Cold Eater.
Okay,
I did not attack Trish.
good. That's a start. Is everything okay? Do I need to sit you two down for, like, what do they do? Like an intervention, that's it. Don't know how I forgot. I've gone through a number of those. But do I need to get you two into a room so we can talk this out?
I'm fine. And definitely a crackle of lightning goes down her arm.
Okay, just there's no need for that. Just trying to help, trying to be a good person. That's what it is. Yes, person. Just, okay, fine.
Can you go check on Trish? And take her this, and Morel will pick up the book and just glance down at it and close it and give it to Tinker.
Well, yeah, I can do that. Tinko takes that, but he also hands you a vial. You drink that, Missy. You'll feel better.
This is your spit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But the good kind, not the bad kind.
The good kind, not the bad
It's
kind,
the
yeah,
good
yeah.
shit, It's the
It's stuff.
You know what? She's gonna drink it. She's
Yeah,
gonna drink it.
It's like those
Excellent.
antacids that you will
It's-
drink when there's technically acid.
She's just gonna like look at you for a second and just give up and drink it.
You're healed. It's 17 hit points as a cure
Oh,
wounds is
Oh my god.
Overheal.
over here.
I'm overhealed,
Yeah, that's
baby.
Too
Amazing.
bad Rudy's in
Too bad
here.
Rudy's not here. That's right.
Ah,
And then yeah, Tinker would nod at that and good, right. Well, if I catch you two flinging spells at each other again, there will be a good talking to, right? One of us here has to be the adult. Tinker would take
Yes,
the book
father.
and walk out. And it's like honestly, it's like herding cats sometimes. No, herding octopi. That's it. I definitely like herding octopi. Sure, Eleanor has more sense. You go up to Trish's room and he'd sort of bang on her door.
Trish is not in the
open
room.
it.
She's upstairs. Fresh air.
Tinker opens the door. God, she keeps it neat in here. It's horrible. Tinker sees a little pile of books and just sort of knocks it down with his tail before closing the door. Much better. And then he comes up. He goes upstairs. Trish, where are you?
You can see she's sitting at pretty much the front of the boat. She's even done so far that she would be like over the railing a little bit. She's just like sitting over the railing, sort of on the railing, but you know what I mean. Like she's legs are out of the boat. She's sitting on the railing. She's just sitting there.
With my gauntlets of ogre strength, I could pick Trish up, right?
What does it say on your character sheet about your lifting capacity? Because if you click on your encumbrance or your carry capacity in your inventory, it should tell you.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah. If I click here, okay. Carrying capacity 285 pounds.
Oh, but there's one called lift, push, grab.
570 pounds.
Yeah, you can easily pick up Trish.
Easily.
Right. Tinker will come up behind Trish and go, nope, that's too close to the edge, and pick her up. And
she starts squirming as soon as you pick her up.
Nope,
She
you
hates
can squirm as much as you want. Nope. And Tinker just plonks it back down on the safe side of the rails. That's dangerous. You could fall in there.
I can fly.
I don't care. What if there's sharks in there? What if the water's dirty? What if I peed just before and there's a little patch in there that's filthy?
You're house trained.
Yeah, I don't look. I'm doing a nice thing, and Tinker would pull out the book, and making sure it's not getting wet, pass it to Trish.
She grabs it and holds it up to her chest and go, "You didn't read it, did you?"
Of course I didn't. Also, take this, you ungrateful son, and he passes the vial as well. Drink it.
She drinks it.
Right. Now that both of you are feeling better, will you tell me what's going on here?
What do you mean?
14 HP, or you're healed as well.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
That's what happens when you take the new version of Cure
I was gonna say,
Wounds.
the new version of Cure Wounds.
So
but
much better. Right.
She will look down at her book a little bit.
You have been avoiding each other. You have been making eyes at each other, and not suspicious crazy eyes like I make. I mean dagger eyes. And there was that kerfuffle in the engine room. What's going on? And how do I make it stop?
What did Morel tell you?
Trish, it's Morel. She doesn't tell me anything. What happened?
Exactly what Morel said.
I do not buy this for a second. Damn it, this is why you guys go snooping in the heads, isn't it?
Tinker, it's not a problem. It was,
Not a problem.
you know how I do things I shouldn't. I read God's minds. I annoy you. I hassle people. You know how, I just don't know what to do with myself. It's all my fault.
Oh.
Okay, so whatever you think there is a problem is, it's just me being me, and how I learn is to get hurt sometimes, and this is how I learn.
Tinker looks down, and he unbuckles and removes one of his gauntlets. Looks back up at Trish. Jumps up and slaps her.
Make an unarmed strike.
Trish is gonna take it. She's not gonna resist or move or do anything.
Okay, so you get advantage on the attack.
Yes. Unarmed strike. There we are. Well, I'll just. Yeah, I suppose we'll just roll. Better roll to crit just in case. A 21 will hit.
Oh,
So
God.
that's just straight 5 bludgeoning damage. So yeah,
After
Smacks
she
the
drank the
crate.
thing.
smacks the
God.
and gives Trisha a slap and is like, right now, I want you to think about, and he's saying this as he buckles these gauntlet back on, all the times I've done something wrong, I've gotten myself into trouble, I've annoyed someone, and you see me moping around up here, looking sorry for myself? No.
Who said I was looking mopey?
Who
Tinker?
said you were dangling your feet off the end of this ship and in the rain? If that's not melancholy, I don't know what is.
It's called I needed air, and I sat here
It's
and looked
called
down,
sulking. Now,
and she's yep, whatever.
no, don't you whatever me. You can make mistakes, and that's fine. That's okay. You can make people upset, and that's fine. But if you don't actually engage with what the problem is, it will not fix itself.
I understand what you're saying, Tinker. And she's like using her best customer service voice right now.
Oh.
Tinker, I understand what you're saying. I have a lot to learn, and I thank you for your wisdom.
I'm not trying to impart wisdom. I'm.
By that, she's already walking past you now.
No, don't! Oh my god!
But she's gone straight into the captain's quarters.
That's not even our room.
Oh, shit.
Where is she? Oh my gosh! These moody. Ah!
And she is the moody. She turns back. I am not moody at all, Tinker. You're only assuming I am moody. And she keeps walking.
Okay, all right. I can't fix everything. I'm just gonna have to admit it. Some things I can't fix. This is a first for me. I'm just gonna let it play out. You know what? Maybe I'll just be best friends with not Eleanor. Eleanor's going with Morel. You know what? Maybe I just kick them off the ship. Holden and I will sail off into the distance. He tried. He's tried to.
Yeah.
That's it.
So if Morel hasn't made it back to her quarters yet,
She's not. She is busy expending a lot of spells. Let's see. Yep.
so
She's leaving herself with one singular slot.
on the bed, on your bed, you're gonna find this book. Nothing else is written in this book, except 6 pages. And on the last page, it has ... You flip over again. Morel, I know you're not who you are. Please don't hide. We're a team. I am sorry. Love and hugs, your biggest fan.
Oh no.
She and more or less it's a story about the ventures we've gone on so far and the bravery you've done in that as a hero, pretty much personifying Morel as a hero character in the what we've done so far. It even involves you falling asleep a couple of times in the last battle. She'll place it there, like sort of leaning on your pillow, and she'll exit. And this time she'll go up to the crow's nest, and she is waiting until you go to bed.
Oh shit. Okay.
She is gonna wait up there until she knows you are in bed.
I feel like I'm getting cornered. Yeah, Morel comes upstairs. She has taken her time in like putting her spell slots in. Feels like she has calmed down a lot. She like doing a little just meditating in there.
Kumbaya.
Not really, but yeah. Like she's definitely had to just like take a couple deep breaths. She comes upstairs. She doesn't see anyone. I don't think she's looking in the crow's nest. I don't think she thinks you like to grow in the crow's nest, so she doesn't even think of that. And yeah, makes her way to the cabin. And this time she shuts the door.
Oh, the door.
And that
is
doesn't lock it. It doesn't have a. I'm assuming it doesn't have a lock. Just just like to get ready for.
It
for
has a
bed.
deadbolt, but not a lock.
She does not use a deadbolt. Yep.
So after that, Trish is gonna sneak down,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna just sit not on the door, but next to the door, just up against the wall. She's gonna sit there, and she's gonna sit there and listen and just wait. But it wouldn't be like straight away. It would be a little while.
A little while.
Like you'd be in there for, I don't know, 15 minutes, and she would do it.
There's mist coming out from underneath the door.
She sits there. She's not gonna.
That's all. Yeah. I mean, what's your perception like? What's your...
You want my passive perception of
I
14?
don't know. I don't know.
I can
14?
roll a better perception.
Are you listening? Are you listening?
I am listening, yeah.
Oh, that's great. You hear some very quiet sobs.
And you know what? Trish is gonna spend her night there.
You're gonna get a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, she's gonna take it.
I would like to roll stealth.
Why?
Why is everyone lurking outside my
No,
room?
I can assume why, but you tell me.
Because at some point, Tinker will realize that Trish didn't come back down, which means it's now middle of the night. Trish hasn't come back down, and so he is going to stealth his way up onto the deck at some point later on in the night, and would like to make his way, after seeing Trish, possibly somehow sleeping or like near. I don't know. There's no like. Is there any like? Cover?
She's probably like, yeah, she's right there as you come up the stairs. She's gonna be like, "Hello, you're there." in front of her face.
So you're just gonna stay there
roll the
all
stealth
night.
check.
I'm rolling the stealth check. I'm rolling the stealth.
Is Trish trying to stay awake all night? Is the question then?
Yeah, I would actually say she's sort of just sitting there with her cloak, just sort of up against the wall, trying her best to stay awake. Yes, I would say that. Yes.
Okay, what is your passive perception?
14.
Okay, you do not see Tinker coming up. You've probably got like the hood of the cloak down over your eyes so your snout doesn't get too cold from the rain. You're not seeing too much, and Tinker is just creeping up the stairs.
Yeah, and I would like to sort of take a roundabout way to sort of skirt around while trying to take note of whether Trish is awake or not. And he would essentially then, quick as a flash, an extremely thick, comfortable blanket swaddles around Trish, and then the last thing you see is some copper scales scampering down the stairs again.
He's doing a sneak.
Oh my god, sneaky.
So you are now covered in a very warm blanket.
Oh,
That will actually put her to sleep.
nice. Oh my god.
She was trying to stay awake
Sleep spell.
using the
Yeah, fuck sleep spells. I got warm blankie.
she was
That's warm blanket.
the one thing that was keeping her awake was the cold
No.
of the rain, and now you put a nice blankie on her.
Yep.
She's sort of put it underneath her cloak, and she's fallen asleep.
I will still ask you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sweet. I will.
Because
sort it out.
eventually the blanket gets wet,
So-
Mm.
Yep.
soggy, waterlogged, and the cold might break through anyway.
Ooh,
With a 21,
you're nice.
you definitely got some real stiffness in your joints when you do wake up, and you wake up early. But
So,
you managed to
that
stave
was-
off any potential consequences.
So that'll be a short rest for me, though, right?
You still get the long rest, but you're the first one to wake up.
There's like another 2 blankets on you. He's been piling them up all night.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Oh, just weighted blanket.
Yep. Just.
Oh,
Yep.
All right. So
life.
Trish waking up early. quickly listens in to see if Morel is still sleeping. Trying to listen.
Oh, I don't know. You probably woke up first, but I don't think Mirel would sleep well that night. Certainly.
All
You
right.
want me to roll a die? I'll do it. Let's see if she's up.
Sure, make a Constitution saving throw to see how you sleep.
Oh, great. Oh, I slept terribly. I tossed and turned the whole night.
So I will say you do not get the benefits of a long rest.
Oof.
Valid.
All right.
Oof,
Oof.
So
but valid.
if you're still in bed, Trish is going to quickly run downstairs, get some food, come back up with a plate.
Something nice.
You trip over Tinker, who was resting at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, no.
He has another blanket in his hand. He fell asleep halfway trying to get back to you.
She makes 2 lots of food and put one next to Tinker.
I'm gonna say,
Oh.
Trish, since you slept outside, roll a d10 for me to see what the weather is like.
Oh, no.
Middle of the night started
No.
hailing. You're covered in hail.
Consequences 1.
That's not a d10 though, that's a d20.
Can I still take it as a 1?
No.
Watch him roll a 1. Watch him roll a 1.
Watch him roll a
It's a
10.
7. It's
Oh,
Oh, no.
A 7.
It was a 1 when it.
While the
hit the
lightning and thunder persists, the rain increases
Go worse.
Okay.
Oh my god.
to
So
dense showers.
I've
So it is very, very wet, and those blankets are weighing you down something fierce currently.
All right. Well, when she's making food, she's gonna drop him off. Puts some food next to Tinker. Make sure he's not getting wet with the rain. She's gonna use a cloak with the food comes in, and she will open the door to Morel's bedroom, captain's quarters, and she will sit on the chair until she rolls over to face her at some point.
Amazing. Morel's actually not in bed either because none of us slept in the bed last night. Morel is just.
Can I get a con save from you as well, since you fell asleep and you kept carrying blankets up and down the stairs?
Oh no.
We don't fight anything today.
I also want to point out you spent yet another day without checking in with Forrest.
We've got
Forrest
some
is
big
gonna think we're
emotional problems happening on this ship, right? We lost our forest, and now we're falling
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
13.
Tinker, I will say you do get the benefits of a long rest, but you are definitely... Trish, did you comment on the fact that Tinker's hair was a bit off when you spotted him?
As she leant down and put the food down, yeah, definitely noticed that.
Oh no.
My hair was
Okay.
off.
So
The
Tinker,
wig is
you
askew.
do wake up from the smell of food,
Mm.
and you immediately realize that your hair is about to fall off your head.
Okay.
He clutches at the top of his head with the utmost panic and scrabbles to get it back into place, making sure that the various bits and bobs are back into where they need to be. He makes sure the claws are digging into the right place and the mouth's latched on properly. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask
Oh,
once
yes,
again, if anything is going to do anything, anyone is doing anything particular, right?
Yeah, so Trish has walked in with food. into
Morel
Morel's-
is like hugging her knees at like kind of half asleep at the. I mean, it's the head of the bed, but she's not on the bed.
Right.
Definitely not on the bed. Yeah.
Trish will just take a seat until you eventually go, what?
And she probably wakes up as you walk in because I imagine the door creaks. And She
okay.
just kind of blinks a couple times, very sleepy. And just sighs and goes, "Why are you being nice to me?"
And that's when you hear that deadbolt lock.
Oh shit! I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Huh? Okay. We're a little more awake now.
This is terrifying.
Actually, yes.
I'm so concerned. She's gonna make me sleep again, guys. She's gonna make me have a really.
Meanwhile, Tinker's just at the bottom of the stairs going, I did a good thing last night. This is a good morning. I feel good about myself.
She will come sit on the bed, cross the feet, puts the plate in front of you, and go, why am I being nice? You're not who you are. You're hiding what you were saying. You've told us lies upon lies. I've got lies to hide as well. We all are here together. I've relied on you not to die. Let's clear the air. And she's laying on her knees like this. And she's in a dragonborn form. Like she's not hiding her appearance right now.
Mirel straightens up, and the book, she's been slumped over that the entire time.
Chris is going to resist reacting, but inside she's doing yes, yeah.
She obviously read it.
She's dancing like heck inside, but outside she's stoic as fuck.
Nice, excellent.
All that bard training come in clutch.
Right?
Yeah.
You just make a very persistent offer here. Morel's going to give you a little mischievous smile and say, I did not lie. I never said I was Lunarkin.
You did too. And she grabs that book from you. And she learns your page. And she's
I think you'll find I've never said I'm Lunarkin. I've gestured to myself.
And she's really trying to find where she's written this down. And she goes, hands the book back.
Like with the little squinty eyes.
No, she just hands it back. She goes, okay then, we assumed you were. You never corrected us.
Lying by omission then. What do you want, Trish? My name? My face?
I think you and I have more in common than we scared. Well, not the right words. We have things we don't want to share. But what I want to know is what your main goal is. Where are you going? What you want to try and do? And why are you staying with us? Are we just a means to reach your goal? Do you actually care about us? Or I don't know.
I left my home because what happened with you happened with my father.
Eyebrows just raise.
He's fine, don't worry. I'm just running away from my problems. That is all.
Your dad is the same as me?
I don't think so. Why, are you my problem?
I know, I could be.
She's definitely joking, by the way.
She hears that. She's like, I don't know, I could be a problem, as she
You
smiles.
are my problem.
When you are saying problem, you can hear outside. It's like, Oh dear, the rain's gotten worse. This is awful. I'm gonna have to double
What do
check.
you let him in?
No,
that
he's
is-
walking. He's just walking by, talking to himself. He has no
Pacing
idea what's.
outside the room.
No, he doesn't know. He has no idea what's going on.
I correct myself. He's our problem.
Trish, I did not come out here to make friends. And I am sad to say I have failed.
Why are you sad about that?
She just gives you like the eyebrow like I was joking.
And she's sort of like totally oblivious to because all she can hear is the idiot outside.
How did this net get tangled? What is going on here? Where's Mirelle?
Exactly. So like she's half listening to that, and then you said that. She's like, oh, realized what she said. She's like,
Mm.
well, since we're together and we're on a journey together and we are friends, I'm running from my problems because I don't want to turn into something I'm not ready for. That and this mark has destroyed some friendships. It has put a target on my back. Ever since I got it, I never wanted it. That's why I hide. She pushes the food in front of you. She gets off and she goes, time to start the day. And she will just transform back into an NPC character, essentially. She'll walk.
Does she start to walk to the door?
She does take
Okay.
a couple of steps to the door.
Meryl's gonna stand up, say, Trish.
She stops. She doesn't turn. She stops.
A face for a face. Josie, it's time.
It's time.
Josie, it's time.
Oh, shit.
She's gonna drop this
Ozzy,
for
you might
lessons.
want to be ready to take us to the battle scene.
Sure.
I'm so sorry,
I-
Ozzy Defro.
Why are we doing this? Okay, all right, okay. I think I'm ready. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, okay.
Were you ready?
No, hang on. We're not on battle map yet. Hang on. Let me. All right, we're going over there. Hang on. Let me get this. Oh gosh, there we go. Now
Oh,
everyone.
you were
can
not
see.
supposed to get everything.
Oh,
that's
That's
weird.
all I can see.
Hold on.
Hang on, there you go. I fixed it.
Absolutely love
I
it.
fixed it. Oh, no. There we go.
So this is amazing for our watchers, but for our listeners, I will describe what happens if Trish turns around.
Oh yeah, she cocks an eyebrow as she turns to see what's going on.
It is as if the disguise melts away from top to bottom, almost as if it's just dripping off of her. There is no longer a Lunarkin in front of you. There is a being with pale grayish blue skin, almost like a mask of deep dark blue, and there's a lot of bioluminescence going on in her body. There are markings on her face. Her hair at the ends goes from black to a deep blue to, well, basically just the color of bioluminescence. And you can see, if you look closely enough, you can see that it's not just her face. It continues on down her skin. Yeah.
Trish, seeing this, squeals like a little girl, but not very loud.
I don't know. Tinker has a 19 passive perception.
I know.
Hey, that door is still locked.
It doesn't matter. I can't put this back on, guys.
And she more or less
It takes a long time
It's
to put the mask back
It's not
on.
for weeks now.
she,
Oh, is it really? Oh shit.
she goes, "You are gorgeous." You're so pretty. And like, she's stepping closer to you and looking at your skin, and like, she's just so intrigued by you. And as she's like nearly like a step away, she stops. She stops herself with hesitation. She was like, "So, I'm sorry, but what are you?"
I'm Wavekin.
Wavekin? Chris, never heard of that, I'm assuming.
You've
You
met
definitely
one.
have.
Oh,
with
yeah?
your background.
Sweet.
You are standing in front of what is very clearly an Aurora Wavekin, which is basically a water genasi.
That is so cool. I told you she was hiding another
I told you
fucking-
she was 3
art
occupied in
form.
a trench coat.
She was hiding another art foam. I fucking told you.
I'm so
Well,
mad that you
to
knew
be
that.
fair, this art has been hiding since before the campaign even
I was gonna
started.
say, so
Easily a
when's
year
when's
and
the
a
bill
half.
for this one passing through Mr. Finance?
It's not. I commissioned it for myself.
For the long con, Cuddly was like,
Oh
I'm
my
paying
gosh.
this one out of
Oh
pocket because
my
I
god,
want this.
That's
I couldn't just let you
commitment right
know.
there.
All right. She goes, "You are truly an amazing person, and I hope you know that." And she goes to try and give you a hug, but she's like sort of hesitating at the whole idea of the thought if you might want a hug right now, because this could be a very emotional thing for you.
I'm not going to shock you. This time.
Last time it didn't hurt that much. It was like a little zap, and she just gives you the biggest old bear cuddle.
And you eventually feel the reciprocation as like a bit of a firm hug, but not too firm, you know?
She
Not
sort
as
of
much of a hug as you're gonna get.
she sort of like let go of you. She's going to take a couple steps back, and she's going to try and replicate your look the best she can
Ooh.
with her disguise self spell.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm gonna ask you to make a charisma check. This is to see how close you get.
17. Do you reckon I need a
17?
push on that
It
to
is-
make it
it is-
perfect?
I will say, even if you push, you cannot make it perfect.
Okay.
Because you seem, while you can create glow in hair or eyes or dots on your face, you can't make them alive with light the same
Illuminate.
way. The bioluminescence in Mirel's face and hair is moving as if it's just water moving
Okay.
through. Like
Alright.
someone is constantly shining a light that's moving across. While you can make those light spots, yours would be on or off situation.
So would, if we go out of percentage, Trish would say 85% look-alike match.
It's pretty close.
Okay. Trish actually sort of looks at herself, and she's pretty impressed by this. And she
Yeah, Mirel
kind of
raises her brow.
actually gives a little giggle, and she goes, "Hey, Morel, we should go to Tinker. Tinker doesn't know what we look like. Let's have some fun." And she's
Tinker, with your
run.
passive perception, you just hear, Tinker doesn't know what we look like. And that's where we're gonna go to break.
Paranoia! What are you doing to my boy?
Breaking him down.
Amazing.
What did he do to deserve this? Oh my gosh.
Absolutely love that Trish
uh.
can turn any like serious situation into a what if we messed with Tinker? And I'm here for it, you know?
Yeah. But this
Ah.
does mean, Cuddly, that we will be moving, because Cuddly's also got a secret character sheet. So we will be moving that one to the main group,
Fucking
as
hell.
Mirel is is a Wavekin Gavanite sorcerer.
There you go.
You guys
So-
thought I didn't make a fake character sheet as well, just to throw you off with the half
Hang
elf?
on.
Yeah.
So out of
But
curiosity,
we can't even access the. Oh, I suppose we can
we
see it.
can.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
I'm a paranoid son of a bitch.
so out of curiosity, Cuddly,
Yes.
did you want to reveal this early, or were you hoping to get like another 6 months of us?
I
you don't
was
understand.
honestly
I'm
okay
gonna-
with years of you not knowing.
Cuddly was like, last session. That's the goal.
Last session, that's the goal. That's when I pull it all out. I was not thinking this early, but you said the right things.
Ah,
Like if it wasn't gonna, it didn't have to be right now, but if you said the right things, then it happened. So it happened.
Trish is on point tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's also been because things that have happened have led towards there being more questions.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you hadn't like known about the sleep thing, absolutely not. We
Oh,
could have
yeah.
posted for months.
Probably. Sleep was a big.
It was a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, the
Yeah.
way that the Gavanate Pearlescence ability works is that you can take the disguise off for free, but you can only do very small changes at a time.
Mhm.
Wow. So like,
Right.
is it like weeks before you can put it back on?
So that's why she had the mask.
Yeah, and it would be a
initially.
gradual change. You wouldn't be able to do it in one go.
So I also had to like keep track of what am I gonna, like even when you guys saw my face and then I changed it again, I had to keep track of what I was changing each short rest. Be like,
Right,
okay, now we're gonna go with a little scar. Now we're gonna go with like a gaunt face.
Okay.
So you're not an octopus, but I was
Not an
damn on
octopus.
close.
No.
You were very close.
Sorry, also, Pabor, sorry, not eels in a trench coat.
Not eels in a
Um,
trench coat, sadly. She does know an eel, but it's not in a trench coat.
It's true, it's true.
I still think I'm on fire that I knew you did a second piece of art.
When you said that, I was like, "There's no way he knows, right? There's no way he knows."
As soon as like you're really playing into
Mm.
like the disguise and all that, I'm like, surely there's got to be another one.
I don't know why you mistrust me so much.
Oh well, clearly,
Oh,
have a look.
nothing.
Look what happened.
Morel, no last name, wears a mask, grumpy at everything. Oh, gee, I wonder why we don't trust these her at face value.
Maybe the middle and last name is Sketchy McSketchface.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You don't know. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I will say though, I have not pre-prepared a token with the new art, but we will have it for next session.
Cool.
And but with this, we're gonna take a couple of minutes break. We'll be back here very shortly. Everyone, make sure to stretch, take any medications you need, go fill up your beverage of choice. But yeah, as Cuddly said, the sketchy character was actually sketchy. What? No.
All along, surprise Pikachu face.
it's more like knowing Pikachu face at this point, right?
Fair. That's fair.
Alrighty.
That's fair.
Well,
We'll be back shortly, everyone.
bye.
Bye. Ow!
Jesus Christ, Josie, why was that the first thing that was so
I was trying to do a Wilhelm scream.
I liked
That's
it.
all.
It was perfect.
Now I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes with my bang.
No, you
that I
nailed
gave
it
you.
because it was like immediately as I unmuted, that's it. You just.
I
fraction
missed
of a
the
second-
first stream, I
Uh,
really missed it, so this was good for me.
Oh,
Are we
those
all doing
poor
that with our bangs?
podcast
I don't have any bangs.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
Oh wait, we're doing.
I'm a.
Yeah,
wait, if I
yeah,
do
yeah.
this, I'm a gorillas.
Hang on, there we go.
No, you're like one of those sheepdogs.
No, I'm like from the band Gorillaz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, we
oh.
want different things.
I think I win.
Uh,
right? I think I win.
Do you win or do I win?
Do you
Oh,
win?
hang on.
Oh no,
can-
Orb! No, Orb, put it away!
I can go the other
Oh
way.
gosh!
Tonight will be the night that
Oh no!
Orb, why is it
Put
so
away.
oily?
Get rid of
I'm
it!
sorry.
Get rid of it!
I love it. Orb, it's
No,
beautiful.
It's not. It's not. It's the devil.
It looks washed.
It does. It does.
Looks
I was just
freshly-
bringing it funny. But
but also-
definitely,
Yeah.
And Daria, what's Daria?
Dar-
Is that
Is that a
the-
joke that I fell into?
No, it's Dario is a cartoon character.
It's
Yeah.
it's like she's a.
Na 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 na.
I don't know.
I'll
I
send
never
you a
watched
link.
it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it
Yeah.
must have been America and Australia, but it's definitely yeah.
I didn't watch. I lived
Was
under
it
a rock. A really
Well,
nice
Canadian?
one. I'll have
Back,
you know.
everyone. We are the Natural 30s. I'm Josie Poser, the dungeon mistress of this campaign, the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle.
Nailed
And
it.
I'm joined by the usual suspects. We've got the Wettest Orb, who's playing Trish Smotherborn. Say hello. There we go. We got Ozzy Devfro, who's playing Tinker Slobbersnout.
Hello.
And we got Cuddly Rapper playing Mirel, the Wavekin Gavanite.
Who is on screen right now?
Hmm?
He's on screen right now. It's not a bad thing. Good,
Oh,
good.
and
I
now-
thought I was gonna
and now
find
she's-
fall for a mind goblin there for a moment.
Nah,
I was
you'd
so
have to be
excited.
really, really silly to fall for something as simple as Mind Goblin. You'd have to be
Yeah. You'd have to
an
be
absolute
mm.
fool to fall for something like
Yeah.
that. Honestly, you'd never be able to show your face on live again,
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't. I couldn't.
Mm.
or have no
Me
shame.
neither.
Or have no shame.
Or have no
That's
shame.
true. That's
Or
that's
honor.
fair.
Or-
Like you.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna come back in as
what
Tinker
she said.
is now standing in the pouring rain, doing chores around deck, as a door to the captain's quarters opens, and two strange, unfamiliar figures, near identical to each other, walk out. Both wearing Mirel's clothes.
Okay.
One
Alright.
is definitely more hesitant than the other.
Mm.
Yeah, and one of them is like glowing, like because there's that natural pulse through the glow, whereas the other one is just glowing in a constant.
Right. So. Okay, you guys come out. I'm trying to think on. Because Tinker's seen Trish do a lot of stuff with the amulet, but like it's still at the end of the day, it's still an illusion, and it still
Yeah.
would work on him. Like he can't see through it. Come out of Morel's cabin. I'm just trying to think if he's smart enough to try and piece it together, but
It's an investigation check, actually,
investigation check. Okay, all right.
or perception.
I wish you said that before I rolled the +3 versus the +4, but it doesn't matter. He only rolled an 8. So yeah, he stops and he looks up and he's like, it's like a fraction of a second where he's like, I don't know who these two people are. And so instantly,
Do you know who these would have to be?
You have
Because
keen
there's no
mind. You
trace
remember
of
we
your
both went in
friends. There's no trace of your friends.
he immediately reaches into his clothing and flings out Atasha's caustic brew.
Okay.
Immediately.
At who? Which one?
If they're standing right in front of him, he's going to throw it at, you know what, 50-50. The one on the left. Who's on the left?
Okay.
Can we try and dodge it?
I imagined the one on the left was me, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe it's an attack roll.
It's a dexterity saving throw, I
Ooh,
believe.
okay.
Fair
Yeah, dex
enough.
save
Dexterity
14.
saving
I got a 21.
Yeah, so you take half damage and
Yep.
is not covered in acid.
Thank you. And I will take half of the half damage. Thank
no,
you.
you won't.
I won't, cause I can't, cause he's a special.
Yeah.
She will sort of
So,
look at her arm as
Mirel,
it
you
sizzles
probably
and go, oh,
think that it
Yeah.
shouldn't hurt that much. But it does.
interesting.
No, actually, I do not believe it actually does anything for if you dodge it.
If it's
Oh.
caustic brew, it should do something.
Each creature line
Because
must
it's not a
succeed
cantrip.
will be covered in acid.
It's a can't
Scrape.
trip.
Also, creature
You
covered
have
in
to
acid.
say
No, it
constant.
just says each creature
Hold on.
must succeed on the dexterity save throw or be covered.
Hold on, that doesn't feel Right, and my internet is not working.
Mm.
There we go. Each creature. Da 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 da. No,
It's
that
an
is
all or nothing.
actually. Oh, I see why. I see why. Okay. Yeah. No. So, Mirel, you managed to step to the side, completely unharmed. However, definitely this time you hear Holdy to go. "Ah!"
And then you hear Tinker going, "I'm sorry, holding it, but I'm under attack!" And he's like bolting away, pulling out his crossbow.
We're under attack.
We're under attack! And then he
Mirel,
turns around.
Trish, get them.
Morel,
Oh,
Trish,
God.
get up here, help me! The tracers are here!
Trish is gonna fuck with him some more.
Oh my god, you're just gonna get shot, is what She's gonna do.
He doesn't have
Trish
his
is gonna-
backpack on. You've caught him. He's been caught unprepared.
Ah.
Trish is gonna start flying,
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
but
I
not
will-
through the wings, through the spell.
Okay. Okay. So you cast a spell. So you see this person, these two identical individuals. One of them wave their hands and starts levitating upwards into the air.
Tinker is now like, no, how did they find us? We're out in the middle of the ocean. And you see him start loading something into this crossbow that you have never seen before. He's loading something. It's like it actually looks like the lenses he's been pulling off people,
Oh,
but modified.
Trish is gonna take cover behind the mast.
But Tinker was taking cover behind the
Is a bit
mast.
too far away.
Oh, she just flies right up then. Out of
I
range.
will say, considering the rain, Tinker, give me a perception check.
Oh gosh. Oh, he's panicking. He's panicking hard. That's only an 8.
An 8. Yeah. No. This person is trying to flank you now, and the other one is just standing there menacingly.
The other one is
Walking towards me
actually
menacingly.
cleaning acid off of Hole Leader and going, "This was a bad idea."
You just hear laughing from Trish.
All right. Since I would assume we've done a full round then. If Morel's cleaning,
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
Mhm.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw because he believes he is
which
under
you're
attack.
good at now.
Yeah, which is better at now
Ooh, you're welcome,
because
by the way, for reading your mind so many times.
yeah.
It
Ooh,
just
he does
developed
pass.
natural resistance.
So I'm
Explain.
gonna say the fact that you stop and start cleaning, he
Hmm.
sort of pauses. He's like, "Wait, Morel?
Only the best mattress maker in the West.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. I was about to literally. Oh dear, that was close.
How's your heart? That can't be good.
No, but you weren't about to have one. Okay, that's okay. And he starts
You
disassembling,
weren't about to.
disassembling what he had on the crossbow. Oh,
Concerning.
that was close. Oh,
Concerning.
wait, does that mean the one up in the air? He looks up and just takes a pot shot at fucking Trish.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a pot
no.
shot, 11 to hit.
I know.
Goes flying. Like, get down here. Okay. All right. Care to explain the blue and the glowing and the why we felt like we needed to make the extremely paranoid kobold more paranoid and jumpy and trigger happy.
It's good trying to have a laugh. We're bestest buddies, and she puts her arm around Morel now.
Best. What is? Oh my gosh! I can't figure it out. I have a headache. I had the world's biggest. Yesterday you were. Oh my.
Just trying something new. Do you like it?
Well, now that it's not trying to kill me, or I don't think it's trying to kill me, yes, it looks great. You look gorgeous. The glowing is very radiant.
Good, because it will take a while to cover up.
Oh, cover up. Oh, is this the real you?
And she just nods.
Oh, This is refreshing. We makes it
The face! Wow!
a lot easier to pick out in a crowd now.
That is a problem.
Oh, you're surrounded by me, Forrest, and Trish. Don't worry. You'll be fine.
This was stupid. I don't even have the mask.
Oh, yeah, you gave that to Forrest. Speaking of, have you been speaking to Forrest? How is he?
Emerald pulls out the stone real quick
This-
and has a look at it.
3 days
stick.
since Forrest left.
The stick.
She did
Morale.
give him the. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a stick.
Yeah,
She
the
did give
stone
him
goes
good
to-
night the
it
first
goes
time.
to
but,
Nyla back in Hague.
Yeah.
Does the stick have a
Let's
message
see.
on
It's
it?
morning. It's morning. She will. Yeah. Does it have a message? Does it leave messages? I don't think so.
Has Roju left like
I'd say
5
you
messages
can.
for us?
Say- yeah. Mirel, we'll leave or at least open the channel, and
Yeah.
say good morning, and then proceed to tell Forrest in the quickest amount of words approximately where they are. Which I'm sort of looking at the map, but I'm too busy looking at Mirel because she's hot. Okay. What? I can't like my own character? Leave me alone. Yeah, she will let them know that they have high hopes for
Yeah,
the
you're-
has
According
to
to
be
the
like
sea sharks, you're 1 day. You would arrive in Veldale tomorrow morning
okay. She will let them
if the
know.
provided good weather.
Yeah. And she will finish it out with stay safe.
And we'll see next time if you actually had any messages from Forrest.
If she did, she would be listening right now, but I'm sure we'll get back to that. And then, like, she would have it on, like, speakerphone so they could all listen. Like, shit, we forgot.
Trish is gonna drop, obviously, Morel's look.
Don't drop me.
And she just giggles.
Yeah.
And we got you good, Tinker.
Yes.
Admittedly, I forgot about the assassins.
yes.
So,
I see 2 completely new people walk out of that cabin. For all I know, could have killed you, and you. Oh. Well. We're just lucky. My panic game is not that good. Actually, that's not good. That's bad. I need to be cool as a cucumber under pressure. That's terrible. I'm
Would you
better
like
than
to do
this.
some training? We can do some training together.
I don't even have my new hat on. No, they can read my. Ah! He runs back downstairs.
new hat. And she
I
just looks
think-
at Trish.
I don't know. I think he needs to go see someone. I think he hears voices in his head and they're not us.
They might be us. Sometimes.
Sometimes, but not currently. I think he's hearing them without us.
So you're really fine with this? With this?
Yeah, I am.
Why would we not be fine? Tinker's coming back up
Yep.
the stairs.
No, I was
He's just got a bucket on his head with 2 eye holes cut out
Yes.
I love it.
and a snout hole.
Just
sorry.
oh, you need a snout hole, obviously. Yeah.
I,
Got
I,
it cut.
Just
yeah,
like-
I forgot about
Cut
that.
out.
Which
I love it.
which kind of defeats the purpose because now half his face is.
I
like-
will say though,
Yeah.
the only bucket available smelled very obviously of fish.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm. Excellent.
That's fishy.
No, fish isn't here right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, why would we have a problem? You look amazing.
Well, thank you, but it is not. It's not how I look. It's what I am.
You're what?
What does
Blue?
Trish know about?
Well, I'd say all 3 of you can make culture checks.
Mm.
Bum, 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 bum.
Tinker's still coming down off that. He was attacked by
The panic,
assassins.
yeah.
No, this fits. Tinker. Let's start with Tinker.
Mm.
Mm. Got a
Actually,
terrible roll.
Let's start with Morale.
Why would Morel has no fucking clue what she is.
She's very flustered as well. Okay.
Who am I? What am I? I don't know who I am anymore.
Morale, you've had a very secluded, sheltered upbringing.
Hmm.
You had tutors, you had classes, but they didn't necessarily pertain to the world as a whole. So you have no real grasp of what the Wavekin might be seen like in the Wormcrest. It is the collection of land furthest away from the Free Seedom.
Hmm.
Tinker, you're a row.
Education?
The only education you got was what was important for your work.
Yeah.
Pretty much literally nothing else. The world knowledge that you have comes from your curiosity, but there's still limited resources for a row to self-teach. And so your only worldly experience is what you have had.
Yep.
Since you left Wormcrest, since you were exiled.
Hmm.
Which is now just 2 months ago, really. 2 or 3 months ago. It's not been that long since you left home.
No, it is not. As much as you'd like to, hide otherwise.
You forget that sometimes, yeah.
Trish, you have had higher education. You've had education about a great many things. Very wide, very history and social studies focused education. But it was not lined with prejudice. There were statements. You did learn about the War of Tides, but nowhere in your teachings was it stated that there are good guys and bad guys. It was just, the people of the Free Seedom did this. The people of the Emberlands did this.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
And with that knowledge, even though it's a 12, you have no learned prejudice towards the Wavekin.
Okay.
Yay for me. Just wait till Vanya gets back.
I'm just gonna make a note about that one. No, I've already done that. It's
I
fine.
know you. It's gonna happen sooner or
We're in
later.
trouble.
I'm in danger.
Trish, just because, look, I don't see anything wrong. Like, look at us two.
Yeah. She's,
We're totally
she's
different.
purple. I'm orange.
And we're not the most likable people around town. That's why I hide
Not at
what I
all.
look like.
In fact, I think more
disagree.
people hate me than they like me.
So, I don't see why they would have a problem with you when they've got us to worry about first.
I have trained killers out for me.
Well, that's because of what?
Well, we can't all
doing
be famous as you, Tinker.
No, you can't. So don't worry about it.
All right, but I don't know how long I'll wear it.
I don't blame you. I hide what I look like on the daily, so
Look, okay, all right. You know what? I feel like this is a moment of trust, and I don't want you both to see me as being the one who is still hiding things up my metaphorical sleeve.
well, which you'll see Trish actually walking close to you at this point in time.
I don't ruin this.
Okay. She takes a step back.
Fine. I'll do it. I don't actually have hair. And he takes off the toupee.
And as he takes it off, it almost unfolds, and it was just a dead squirrel
Yep.
that he had bundled up.
Oh my god. So
This dead
Oh.
squirrel just flops out as he holds it.
Trish sort of goes,
There.
I was going to make mention on that. It nearly
I
fell
see-
off this morning.
See,
Never knew.
But-
I am lying. But
this was a moment we're all vulnerable, so I thought I could. It's imagine leaving the place where you grew up, right? And the first thing you realize is that everyone has hair. You know how embarrassing it is being the only one without hair. So I found this girl, and I just thought, you know what, it kind of works, and I just sort of tucked it in. Then there you go.
it looks good. You know, you look good either way, Tinker.
Thank you, but I've been wearing it for so long. Oh, the underside's looking a bit odd. Oh, look at that. Oh.
And this is where I show you hairless Tinker art.
No,
Oh
we
my
don't.
God.
Hairless Tinker.
We're all just got
No,
to
we don't. We don't have hairless Tinker art. Because he then would bundle the legs back up underneath and then pop it back on. At this point, I think I wear it more as like a comfort blanket or something like that.
It's your confidence. You seem very confident when you have it on.
But there you go. Now we're all vulnerable. It's all out in the open. We can get on with it.
Right.
How far are we until where we got to go?
Almost 1 day until Sorry, I have to close this. Until Veldale.
Oh,
And,
Tinker, you want to race to the top and see what we can see?
All right, and he starts climbing up.
And Trish is using her wings now, like dashing up.
Tinker, can I get an athletics check, please?
Ever since the bloody assassins.
Just like last time, you get like a third of the way up the mast, and Trish is already up there.
Damn it. I mean, and he kind of shakes his head, and his toupee starts falling off. Oh no, my hair! It's slipping! And he kind of makes it like he stopped to resettle it.
Oh yeah, Trish sees this ploy, and just plays along with it. Oh, you better cut your hair.
It's okay. I got it now. But this one doesn't count.
Next time.
With that, I want Tinker to roll a perception check with advantage if Trish stays in the crow's nest with
Oh
us.
yeah, not only that, it's gonna hit you with some bardic inspiration.
Ooh,
Oh shit!
baby!
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
so roll with advantage, and I believe, is it a D8 for bardic
It's a D8.
inspiration?
It should be a D8 now. Let me just double check on that.
I rolled a
Oh.
10 with advantage.
Yeah, but you get a D8.
D8. Dear. There we go. Okay, 17.
17.
Bardic
You want to push?
inspiration coming in for the clutch. Hoorah! Doing my
Oh,
bardic
nice.
job.
Okay, are you happy with the 17?
Yes, that's all I got. Yep.
I was just thinking if you wanted to push.
Oh, Josie, fine. If you're gonna twist my
It's up to you.
arm like
Push it,
that.
push it.
All right, we're gonna
Was
flat
it
20.
real good?
Dirty
That's a
20.
20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty
Dirty.
20.
We love that.
And then I would like you to roll me just a D20, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we've missed everything that's been happening while we've been. Okay, that one's an 18.
An 18.
Nice.
The
Very
day
nice.
continues without issues.
Oh,
Yay!
happy.
But I will ask, does anyone want to do anything particular?
No, I'm good.
Oh, how does it work when I didn't get any of my spell slots back? I'll just shove the last 2 in to Hold Eater, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, I'll just empty my tanks here.
So, what Trish is going to do, she's going to come down, wait till Morel's not in her room,
Mhm.
go grab the book that you left in the room.
Mm.
She's going to add this part to the story. She's going to put it in there and just say how amazing you are and all that sort of stuff. And just a continuation onto that.
Oh my god. Stop. But
And
keep
she keep going, keep going.
keep going.
She puts it back though,
Mhm.
and she grabs another book, and this one on the front page will be called Tinker. And then there's like 3 underlines. She's not quite sure what to name the title yet. And if you have a look on there, you can see rubbed out marks of Tinker the Brave and Strong, Tinker the Confused,
Tinker the Stinker.
and Tinker and Tinker, my savior. So they've all been rubbed out multiple times. But if you desperately see in there, and at the moment it's not hidden anywhere. It's literally on the table, closed book. You can't see anything yet. There's nothing written in there yet.
Well, I'm gonna let you all know. Stop, Foundry.
No.
As the day progresses, you actually, by evening, as the sun is setting, you see the lights of a city.
Oh my gosh.
Before
As the
Trish goes
shore
to bed,
comes closer.
magic. Trish will do magic.
Okay? Magic. Tinker, with your keen mind. 2 facts come to mind as you see the approach of Veldale, a city you've been to before. 1, city's built on the river, and it has a bridge crossing said river.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
no.
That's fine. Yep.
Memory number 2. If you follow the river, you're probably gonna cross by where you and Trish met.
Oh. Neat.
Oh,
That's all right. A little trip down memory lane.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, are we gonna get under this bridge? How's your keen mind on
Under
distance
under
and
the bridge.
I will say
we
you
gonna-
We
can
have a
make
cannon. We don't need to
history
go
check.
under the bridge.
You can make a history.
Why
Oh,
not
okay. This is fine.
piss off a whole town over there?
Do you think we came all this way to go under a bridge? What are you talking about? We're talking to a wooden
My
bridge,
bad,
right,
my
Josie?
bad.
Wooden bridge? What sort of bridge are we talking?
That's what I'm saying. Make a history check.
Oh, sorry, I
I
didn't
mean,
realize.
we were talking an intact bridge, I suppose, but maybe not anymore.
History check. Okay, a dirty 20.
A dirty
I
20.
love it.
It is a bridge that can open.
Well, that's
Because
boring.
they sometimes let the local fishermen boats go through. So it can open. But looking at Hold Eater, there may become a size issue.
Hmm.
You did hope the weather is quite heavy today,
Mm.
and you were hoping the river would fill up as much as possible.
Mhm.
And as evening comes, you've had your dinner, and you approach the city of Veldale. Well, lights throughout the city are alight. There is a small lighthouse as well. But it doesn't seem to necessarily have spotted you, showing you the way with light. Sits dark.
So the lighthouse is dark
Yeah.
on a town that is literally built on the ocean.
Well, it's built by where the river and the
river, yeah.
ocean meets.
That's sus. Because
That's very suspicious.
that's incredibly sus because these sorts of towns don't tend to, like, you can't know when a boat's going to come through.
That's why I think we should sleep the
What's
night
called
and
a
investigate in the
lighthouse.
morning.
Or it's the perfect chance to just bust right through.
Can we open? Are we seeing the bridge from
Tinker
where we
would
are,
have
or just can you just
explained-
tell us?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Tinker
You
would have
cannot see the
explained
bridge.
the memory, like how he remembers the bridge and whatnot.
Mm.
Either way, I think Hold Eater's either going to get a few scratches. Sorry, Hold Eater. I'm assuming we're talking in the
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
cabin.
So he has the input.
Yeah. Or we get explosive. I suppose we could wait and then go talk to someone and then, go figure that out. So we could do it that way, maybe, if we need to.
How many days until we got to meet Forrest? What's our time frame on that?
Not enough.
We've gone.
I've
What do we
done
got now?
math.
Yeah, you've done math.
Josie's done that.
According to current calculations,
According to my calculations.
according to my calculations,
According to my calculations.
depending on how things go, it will take Hold Eater another 17 days to get to Campbell.
Wow.
Whereas for Forrest, if he and Vanya can trek on in a good tempo, it's gonna take them just another week.
Ooh.
But then didn't we...
You can actually see where they are on the
Yeah.
on the map.
But
currently.
didn't we say that we
Yeah.
might meet them at another... Like, they're going to get to Campbell before us, and then there's we can check in with Forrest whether he's going to go somewhere else, or we said we might meet possibly at, I think, Garnhelm? Like, if they can cross back and meet us.
Or if we can't get through, we could just turn around and meet them where we dropped them off,
Just go to...
which would be. Yes, you'll just walk there and walk back then. You know what? Walk home.
Oh my god.
Walk home.
Walk home.
Yep.
I'm a little suspicious of this unlit Veldale.
Yeah, the thing
Alright.
is, I want to investigate.
I just don't have any spell
What?
slots right now. I need to sleep.
Yeah, I need to sleep too. But what I'm saying, I would like to investigate. But we are on a time schedule where we can go, you know what? This is not our problem. Let's not try and fix every problem we come across and just go to Forest.
I think we still have to go. I mean,
All right, I have an
I'm
idea.
assuming the town is around the river.
I have an idea.
This
What these?
Veldale
Mhm.
is built mostly on the northern side of the river, but it does have some bigger buildings on the southern side. But most of the city's on the northern side. But it is built along the river. They probably rely on the river for several things. And Tinker and Trish, you've traveled through there. You know that the main highway of the Emberlands also passes through here.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I'm going to assume that when Orb, you said Trish did all her spell slots, you would do that as she goes to sleep, not before we. This I would
Yeah,
say.
so Trish
Yeah.
is in the habit of, after last time,
Yeah.
she will not go to bed until she does
Cool.
her spells.
Good.
So, yes.
And how close are we to the lighthouse?
You're getting closer,
Yeah.
you're coming up on it. And
Oh,
it is
yeah.
actually, by the point you are almost dangerously close,
Mm.
it lights up.
Oh,
Weird.
that's good because I was about to. Okay.
And you do hear a voice coming from there, probably someone talking through a large amplifier of sound some way.
All right.
You hear, "Hold fast! Stop! Weigh down the anchor!"
Oh, I do not have an anchor.
Hold it! Stop!
Okay! And you all feel like when a bus suddenly stops, it's like, "Grrr." But because you're in water, so it's almost more like a train.
Yeah.
Tries to slow down, but again, he doesn't really have a lot of things to slow down with.
Hmm. Well, we should probably get on that.
Just start
So you
feeding him
start
some
slowing
iron.
down, and as you're getting closer, you see some lights in houses flicker on, and a scattering of people starts coming closer to look out.
What is this, Tinker?
I don't know.
You do see some of them as you approach. You get within visual distance. Some are holding torches, some are holding lanterns, like trying to take cover from the rain. And you do see that most of them are carrying weapons and are armed.
Yeah,
Like, they're
Meryl
not
definitely
holding
has
their
a hood
weapons
on.
out,
Yeah.
but they have weapons and they have armor.
Trish is gonna run downstairs. She's arming up.
I'm not doing the talking, Tinker.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll do it. Okay.
You have to do the talking.
Hello, over there.
And you hear the voice. An authoritarian voice calls out, "Who are ye who seeks passage? What is the name of thy vessel?"
Well, we're travelers. The name of the vessel is, Hold Eater?
Don't smile like that, Josie. How dare you? I don't trust this.
"You may approach, but stay aboard your vessel.
Of
Come
course.
closer to the shore. Do not enter the river."
Okay. And Tinker would duck back down and go, Hold Eater, we'll just go slowly towards them, right? But don't go into the river.
All right, I'll try.
And don't talk as Trish has come back up.
Does Trish look like an NPC?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Mirel has not stepped outside the cabin yet.
Okay.
I just want to make that very clear.
It's all right.
Hoods up.
Morel,
We ain't doing it.
Tinker's on this. Don't worry. You'll be fine.
Hang on. Trish is
As-
gonna realize.
Yeah.
Morel's not coming out of the.
Hmm.
She's gonna just go in there and quickly cast invisibility on you.
Oh, thank you. I mean, that's what I was gonna do, but now I get double.
You get double
I
invisibility.
get double. Woo! Amazing.
It does say that you cast it at 3rd level, so do you
Yeah.
target a second?
Sorry, it was supposed to be second level because
Okay,
I don't.
good. Samuel, you turn invisible. Still in there. Maybe you're keeping Aurora tucked away somewhere. Eleonora tucked away somewhere as well. As Hold Eater approaches, you do see that, almost carried, like spotlighted by the lighthouse coming your way, 3 individuals. One dressed in heavy armor, and 2 of them in lighter garments with leathers and studs to protect their important vital areas. The 2 in lighter armor are currently in the process of beating their wings heavily, as you see 2 what I've now dubbed cardinal plumkin, which are the ones that look more like birds.
Right, okay.
Is this like Pokemon where like flying is strong against water? Like you need an electric one to take out the.
Orb. I am electric. I'm that electric fish.
Do you want to dance?
Also, flying is not super effective against water orb, please. I gotta get
No.
this. We gotta get this right.
Is against
Actually,
bugs.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm not a bug.
Tinker's battle bug is hidden away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So you see 2 of them that have these very clearly gray and brown colored plumes, And holding on to them, almost like holding on to some form of harness or some handle, this heavily armed figure with with a big sword hanging down his waist, a shield on the back, is a plucked plumekin, which is the name of the ones that look more humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
But they are also often more in roles of authority. And they drop this individual down with a heavy thud on the deck of the ship. And you look, and he has this almost chiseled jawline, very angular features, no facial hair that you can see, but his hair is a mixture of feathers and just strands of hair. And they are also in these brown, gray, some beige, sandy colored plumes. And on his breastplate is emblazoned 2 grand wings and the shape of a flying mountain. As he steps forward and he looks at you, Tinker. Are you the captain of this ship?
Tinker puffs out his chest. I am.
And where's your crew?
Oh, it's just me and Trish.
Hello.
What does Trish look like right now?
Just like a emberkin.
Just an emberkin?
Yep.
Okay.
It's only a small ship. Fairly self-sufficient.
Looks around.
Bit of a tinkerer, so, you know.
Son, this is not a small ship.
Well,
I'd estimate that you'd need at least a crew of 10 to run this vessel.
well, when you're
And
as
do not
smart as I
see
am,
a crew of 10.
you don't need it. I'm quite clever with how I run the ship.
And he kneels down like he's leaning one of his arms, like his elbow on his knee and one other on the deck of the ship. You see the other plumekin, their feathers almost retract, like fold into their wing, like their arms, and they just clasp their hands in front of them. He says, "You come to a protected settlement. In these strange times, I'd think such a clever person would know to shine lights and wave flags to mark their arrival."
Well, we're in a bit of a hurry. Unfortunately, we got separated by other member of our crew who's traveling overland. We were hoping we would be able to use the river as a quick little cut through, you know?
And where is your heading?
Our heading? Well, we're trying to get to Campbell. I'm aware of how far it is away if we cut through and then go all the way around. Yes. But we kind of don't have many options right now.
He stands back up and looks around. And he looks back at what you can only assume to be guardsmen, and he says, "Search the vessel."
It's fine.
And nods at them, and both of them says, "Yes, General."
Do you want to see
And they
how
start
I
walking.
manage all the sails and
Please stay put, sir.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to show you that I can do it. That's okay.
Telepathically. Gonna talk to Morale here. Telling Morale, you gotta tell Holdy to lock the door to the mouth.
Do we have a lock? I think we just had a lock.
There's a big
On the-
chain and lock and
There's
stuff
a
like
big-
that. Yeah.
It does have
Oh.
lock.
It does have a lock, so it would be
Okay, yeah.
regularly locked, yes. But
Yes,
we wouldn't have
okay.
put the chains back up because that's too suspicious. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And to tell Holdy to not to talk and not to move.
Yes, Morel will relay this information, and then also, relay back to Trish. It's an open channel. Meaning, like, she could also tell him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But she'll do it. She'll do it. Don't you worry. She's also, I think, Josie, is the bed on the floor?
Actually, it's like one of those big, almost like cabin beds. You have sliding doors that close the shutters to the bed.
But, like, the bed is built into the floor, basically. Like, there's no space underneath it.
There is, but there's a foot
Big
walker.
enough for a morale?
You could try. It's a tight squeeze. It's got like one of those storage compartments underneath.
Oh, yeah. I'll try. What do I need to roll to try?
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's gonna be very bad. Oh, it was almost very good. That's okay. I don't fit. I'll just
No,
stand
you
very
tried and
quietly.
You just can't get.
I'll tuck
yourself in
myself
there.
away in a corner.
Yeah, you find a corner. You hide as the door opens, as one of these guards enter the captain's quarters. I'm gonna need you to make a stealth check.
Thought so. Oh, wrong thing. Why is my stealth also 1? I've been hiding this whole
I was
time.
gonna say, but with invisibility, surely with a bit of advantage.
Surely
and-
Eleonora does something. Surely it's not me. Surely Eleonora does something. Surely it's Eleonora.
Well, shit.
I think she tips over her bottle. It was
Oh,
me.
no.
Oh, look at me.
Natural 1. There's a natural 1 for those of you listening only. It's a natural 1 on stealth.
Surely it was Eleonora.
Surely being invisible gotta help.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Right.
The thing that being invisible doesn't, rules as written, give you
Yeah.
advantage on being
Yeah.
stealthing, but it just makes it impossible to perceive you visually. You still make sound, smell, things like that. It's just that any perception checks based on vision only have no effect.
Eleonora definitely tips her bottle over right in front of me.
But
The
that-
bottle definitely tips.
That's the octopus, though. It's just a pet octopus.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's in my corner, man.
Yeah.
It's right in front of me, man.
Would Tinker be able to hear that?
You hear the little tink.
Oh,
Like
I
the
hope you're
one-
being careful with Eleanor's bottle. She's an octopus, our pet octopus.
You have a pet octopus?
We have a pet octopus, yes. Trained it myself.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
I mean, Tinker did technically train her to help with the tinkering, so it's...
Yeah,
oh,
and
sorry,
this is more
That was a wrong...
because you're not lying.
Sorry.
You're. I'm giving you a persuasion check
Yeah, that
to
was-
see
I-
if this excuse is enough.
No, it's not enough at all. In the slightest. No.
I was gonna give you bardic inspiration, but you beat me to do it.
It does not help in
No.
this situation.
This is
I should have guidance
Octopus.
myself. God damn it.
curious. And Morel, being invisible still, the eyes of this guard doesn't linger on you, but they definitely like search the room like someone who's trained, and then closes the door. Tinker, you see definitely as this guard closes the door, they do some form of cue or signal to the general.
Yep.
And just stands outside the room. And the general just nods. The other guard goes downstairs.
At least we got rid of the body of the dead guy. Right? Right?
We did.
Right?
We did. Right?
We definitely did.
Forrest took him. Forrest took him. Yeah, Forrest took him. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
We definitely did.
Yep.
Can you imagine
Yep.
us freaking about if we got rid of a dead body?
At that point, I'd be like,
You
right
can
down. holding it.
definitely hear rummaging coming from downstairs. Doors being opened, things being checked,
Hmm?
like crates and barrels. And then a couple of minutes pass, unless you want to do anything.
I don't know. I want to do a Trish thing.
You do you.
See,
You do you.
Does
I want to change corners.
does Trish hear
Change
books
corners.
being ruffled?
oh,
Is what?
Books. Her books.
Oh.
You'd have to go down and check.
Hmm.
No, but does she hear like papers of
It's
something
too far to hear that specific a sound.
Okay. She.
Tinker would see the hallmark signs of tension in Trish because even with the illusion, it still portrays, it gives off
still
that-
portrays facial
Yeah.
features.
Now, Trish, this is a standard procedure where an unmarked vessel, as the gentleman has clearly said to us, we've rolled up unannounced in the middle of the night. This is normal. We have nothing to hide. Don't worry.
Tinker, you're also quite sure that the powerful light coming from the lighthouse is actually helping. It is distorting. You have such a stark contrast of light and dark right now that it makes it near impossible to tell the rain forming around the invisible parts of Trish's body.
Ooh.
They don't have clocked it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just that incredibly stark contrast is working in your
That
favor.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Trish, are you heading downstairs?
Well, we were told not to move, were we?
We were told not to move. That's why Tinker's trying his
And
best to...
Tinker reassuring Trish is gonna sit down.
Sit.
She'll do a
Just
sit.
down.
This is the best she can do for now.
While one of these Cardinal Plumekin is still standing just next to the door to the captain's quarters, the second one eventually comes upstairs, walk over, and whispers something into the general's ear.
Are they speaking common?
No.
Damn it.
Dang.
Because I can live
Also, this person has a beak.
Oh, but I can beak read.
He can beak read?
I'm gonna say you cannot beak read.
Oh, I'm gonna
I'd
learn.
allow, no,
I'm gonna
I'd
learn.
allow snout read.
Ah!
Not beak reading?
Not beak
Damn.
reading.
We draw the line
Like
at
if this was a
folks.
lizard or a dragonborn,
Yep.
I'd allow it.
Ah, that'd be so cool.
But this is a beak.
Yeah,
It
is.
doesn't have
Yeah.
that type of articulation.
Dang.
And the language this guard is speaking is definitely more like trilling and
Yeah.
singing. There's like almost like just little whispers and whistles.
Can I instead use insight to ascertain the tone?
I'd say yes. Make an insight check.
All right, we'll take a 21.
Ooh, that's
A
pretty.
21. It doesn't seem to be rushed. It's definitely just someone simply relaying information. And the general's facial features are pretty still.
Yep.
There's one detail at one point in this report where you see the general just cock an eyebrow ever so slightly.
That's understandable if they found a giant mouth or a locked door. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
The general looks at you, Tinker. Captain, I didn't catch your name.
Tinker.
Tinker. All right. There are some things that need to be resolved aboard this ship before I can make a proper judgment.
All right.
First and foremost, I would like the individual currently in the cabin over yonder, and he gestures towards the captain's quarters, to show themselves.
She is very shy. Just
I do not care.
understandable.
They got our sticks.
Do you say that?
What the hell?
No.
What the-
No. Trish will open the channel. Ring, ring. They want you out of here.
You get a message that they want you out of here, apparently.
out of here.
I'll go get her.
Out of
You
here.
you can watch.
Oh,
I'll go get
hold
her
on.
because Tinker
No, no,
doesn't
no.
know that you're doing this. So
Yeah,
Tinker would walk
hold
over
on.
and look up at the guard and go, "Am I allowed to open the door and ask her to come out?"
Wait.
The general answers and says, "By all means."
Tinker would open the door and go,
Are those windows open, Josie?
They can be opened.
Oh, shit. Excellent.
Tinker,
That seems great.
Tinker will open the door and go and sort of poke his head in and go, "Eleonora, we have to come out."
And you see the little, there's like a movement, and you just hear like a bong, bong, bong as the flask is dragged towards you.
Excellent. And Tinker would pick up Eleanor and go, and pick up Eleonora and say, and right, there we go. And he would then take her out and then close the door.
Excellent. See, we didn't have to jump out the window. But
And
I'm
Tinker
still
would
thinking
come
about
back with Eleonora.
it. Excellent.
The general looks down at Eleonora, then looks to the guard by the door, and then sighs. This is a lot easier if you are simply straightforward and honest. If I deem to judge you, to sentence you for any infractions to the law, adding interrupting an investigation to the list would not be in your favor.
Josie, is the light that's pouring onto the ship, how much of the ship would we say it's lighting up?
It's lighting up most of the deck and like the door to the cabin.
But not the back of the
No,
cabin.
not the back.
Can I jump out the window?
To
Are
the
you doing
window,
it rushed or
to the wall.
I'm sneaking out. I
Okay,
want to
make
try
a
and
stealth
just
check.
sneak out.
Make a stealth check?
And if they start coming in, then yeah, I'm doing it rushed. Yeah, and then after she's like pretty much, if she can climb down the ship, she would like to open a channel to Tinker and say that they can come on in. But first, let's see. You want stealth check again?
Don't tinker. Not the tinker.
Okay, maybe not the
No,
Tinker.
no,
You're
you
right.
said it. You said it. All right, we'll see how this
Okay,
plays
no,
out.
no, no. All right, it's a 14 for the stealth check.
It's a 14. I will say
Mhm.
with a 14, you carefully, quietly open the window and you start climbing down.
Okay.
Just as you're about to feel like, okay, I could drop from here without taking too much noise.
Mhm.
As you send the message to Tinker,
Uh-huh. Uh-oh.
as you've told him they can come in now, you look up and realize the window's still open.
But I would
Tinker,
like
you
to...
get the message. You get the message that they can come in.
Hang on.
You hear this?
Hang on.
Tinker.
No,
hang on.
Trace, you're not aware of this conversation.
Too late.
Oh man.
Wait,
Tinker-
hold on,
Tinker
hold on,
flinches
hold on.
suddenly.
You're doing a sit on deck
Yeah.
in the rain.
Wait,
Yeah, that's
wait.
right.
Wait.
Tinker flinches. It's like, oh, Eleonora, not so tight. Because he realized he's flinched at having a mental.
Eleonora looks flabbergasted that you would make such a remark.
True.
And he goes, all right, well, I mean, you can come with me and check the cabin.
It looks down at you again. I will.
Okay,
And
then.
it goes and opens the door.
You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna. Yep. We're just keeping going. It's too late. It's too late. We're keeping going.
He looks in. Exchanges a few words. You can read his lips, but you don't understand the language.
Yeah, I know. I would like to try and incite the tone again, please.
Sure, make an insight
I
check.
feel like he's getting pretty good at this now.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's still all right, 20.
Okay,
Very good,
yeah.
very good.
Again, they are definitely keeping stern, trained faces. But as the guard who's standing there looks around, it just shakes its head and says something you don't understand. And both of them turn around, and the general walks up to you, Tinker, and takes a knee again and says, "Very well. We do, however, have the issue of a locked door below deck. Would you care to explain why it is locked?"
Well, it's dangerous in that room.
In what regard?
Well, it's where I keep a lot of, well, some of my failed projects. As I said, I'm a bit of a tinkerer. Some things are sharp, some things are explosive. So I keep them down there in a locked room.
Okay. Make a deception check. But I will give you advantage because he has been told about the mess in your actual room.
Yes.
That's probably what he raised the eyebrow
I've
at.
left a
The information tracks.
The information
I'm
tracks.
giving you advantage.
Excellent. Sorry, on deception, was it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. All right, we'll take I'm going to push on that one because I really want to sell this
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get a
Ooh.
22.
20.
Tinker's not lying. It is dangerous in there.
Is that?
Yeah. You see almost like someone making calculations. You've seen this phase in many a people back in your colony. This is someone taking in account risks. Someone who's just doing a check, like a mental check of what's the best way to go forward. Mirel, I want you to make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay. I think they're the same. So.
This
Oh
is
no,
to
they're
get
not.
down the
We're
back
gonna-
of the ship without falling.
Yeah. 15?
50? Yeah, you managed to reach the water surface.
Yeah, we're just gonna hover below that.
Yeah. So you
Kind of
just
like under
dip
the ship
down.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
And now that you've revealed yourself to your friends, you could just
I could just stay down there.
you could just stay
It's not
there.
gonna be an issue.
Oh, you can just stay down there now?
I can breathe water.
Oh, that's
this is
so
Yeah, you can breathe
fine.
underwater.
Okay, all right.
I
that's
can
nice.
just follow the boat at a
Oh.
distance. This is fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's actually fine now. Excellent.
The general then seems to make a decision. Looks over at Trish, looks at you, Tinker, and says, "We will permit you to pass through,
That's all we
provided
want.
you pay the toll.
Oh, of course there is, sir. yes.
Otherwise, we ask that you stay on your ship through the night, and the mayor will have to make a decision in the morning."
No, it's fine. What's the toll? As I
20 gold.
said, we're in a bit of a rush.
Oh,
You hear Tinker go,
what is it?
20 gold? That's daylight robbery. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting.
It's actually nighttime
20
robbery.
gold. That's, I'm gonna have to dig into the, oh my god. Trish, can you spot me? 20 gold, can you believe it?
How much do you need me to spot you?
Can you spot me a couple of gold?
Like 2?
4? Tinker has 112 gold in his bag, but he's not
I know
telling
you
anyone.
do.
Trish is like looking at you and
Yeah.
she's sort of gone, I can do 3. 4's probably pushing it.
Oh, come on. Fine, 3. Fine.
The general simply says, "With the current times, this is a fair price. We're most likely going to take damage to the structure of the bridge regardless. This is not
Um,
only to get us to open it in post haste, but this is a wide ship. There's no guarantee you make it through without issue in the current climate."
Trish will go, can I go downstairs to grab my gold to pay?
The general looks at one of the guards, who comes up to you and says, "I will follow along."
Alright, Trish is going to a room she will see the pile of books that Tinker has pushed over, but assuming it was the guard,
Oh no.
Just get out. Just get the ball.
she
This was all part of the
walks in.
act.
She's gonna cry. She's gonna cry.
She walks in, grabs the gold, and just turns and death stares this motherfucker. And she goes, "Did you do this?"
No. Everything I touched, I put back where it was.
Does Trish believe?
Hasn't it
Make
been
an
a few
insight check.
days? It's been a few days since he did that.
Yeah.
You've never looked in that
Trish,
corner.
you should have noticed
No,
this better.
You
now.
did it the day that Trish slept on
Oh,
the deck.
actually, yeah. You
Oh,
would've-
yeah, true.
That's fair. You rolled a 21 though, so.
There's nothing in the body language of this person that would indicate it's lying. There's no Schadenfreude showing. There's no glee. It's just very matter of fact. This is... And Trish, you've seen this before. This is simply just a trained soldier.
Trish will just walk out. Make a mental note. To maybe talk to Tinker.
Mm.
She goes upstairs with 3 gold. Here, Tinker. It's a bit much more than I can really do, but
But it'll get us through the river ASAP, which we need to meet up with Forrest.
yes. Do you have the rest of the money though?
Yes, I think I can pull something out of my tail.
But I thought you said you had no money.
No. I have no money for frivolous things. And he would pull out the remaining 17 gold.
Trish
Yeah,
is looking
and-
at him as he's pulling out money.
As you hand it over, the general counts it and then looks at you. Still kneeled down, Tinker, and says, "The Wings of Requiem appreciates your frivolous contribution." And then, like, closes the little baggie, hangs it by his side, stands up, and does, like, a gesture, and you see both of the Cardinal Plumekin, they unfold their wings, and he just grabs a hold. What looks like almost like handle straps, like the back of a dog harness, and he just grabs onto them and just holds on, like pure arm muscle, as they take off.
God dang.
As they get a decent distance away, Tinker will reach into his clothes, pull out 3 gold, and hand it back to Trish. Thank you, Trish. I needed to sell that we were, kind of struggling, but kind of not. We don't really have much on this ship. It was all part of the act.
Hang on. I am struggling.
Oh.
What- how-
And
How
then,
much
in that
have you
case,
got?
he adds 2 more gold to the pile to your thing.
You guys are getting paid?
That's for going along with being such a good chap about it.
Hang on.
Can
Tinker.
you let Morel know that just to stay under the water, it might be safe soon,
Hang
but
on.
keep this under
How much
wraps.
money do you have?
Enough to not spend on frivolous things.
As you say this, you hear called from shore. You hear, "Now stay aboard your vessel, but approach through the river. We would ask you wait 20 paces from the bridge."
Oh, I wish I was actually the captain. I don't know how to do any of this.
Trish.
Trish, I need you to I need you to talk to Morel using the infernal magic you can use, and Tinker would and follow the directions that the nice people are telling us.
Trish relays the information to Morale, and it also sort of gives some information to Hold Eater as well to go slowly this direction.
No, but Trish and Tinker's pushing Trish to the wheel. You've got to look like you're doing it.
And she's like running now. Has got to push.
As you walk up to the wheel and you start like pretend driving, basically.
Nice. How deep is this river?
The river itself isn't too deep. Looking down the river, being underwater, actually make a perception check.
Oh, I could make a perception check, yes. A 12.
A 12. there's most likely going to be spots where the keel of Hold Eater will scrape against the bottom, or if there's any sizable rocks, they will definitely have an impact. It's gonna be a tight squeeze.
So I won't be staying under Hold Eater, but I might just like hold on to the back, but underwater. Kind of, yeah. I just don't want to get squished.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The river is quite wide, though. So, at least here at the actual inlet where the river and the ocean meets, there's not going to be too much issue for Hold Eater. But if it gets tighter further down, then...
Yeah. I think seeing that, Morel is going to like open a channel to Hold Eater and... Actually, can I? Because I can't see him. Hold on.
I mean, surely
he's right in front of you.
He's right. Oh
he's a
yeah,
giant
I was like thinking of
he is the ship.
fish specific. He's the ship. That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's gonna let him know what the bottom looks like, so he can maybe be prepared. Yeah, and thank their lucky stars they have extra wood in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you all approach, do you stay in the water though?
Oh yeah. I'm staying in the water, and I'm also gonna try and stay on the side that's not being like penetrated by light, because I feel like the silhouette, even like an invisible silhouette, you might see.
There is a point where the ship moves into the river, and it's almost like the lighthouse, when angled manually, can't quite reach. But you see there are lanterns throughout the city. Even though it's dark, there are spots of light. You can see a myriad of little buildings. Tinker and Trish, you see what looks like a shanty tent town further away, like up the road.
He said...
But you also see that it's definitely separated by guards from the rest of the city.
Interesting.
The tents. Do they resemble the tents that were being used by our doctory folk?
Yes.
It's them!
Oh, well, I guess that's where our friends ended up. But how odd that they're being held under watch like that. That's concerning.
They're not necessarily held under watch, as in like, but it's definitely like some form of barrier between them and the rest of the city.
If only we had more time, I could pull out my old doctor's cloak and see what's going on.
Nobody wants this.
What are you talking about?
I want this. I want this.
We all want Dr. Tinker back on the case.
I want Dr. Tinker back in action.
The ship stops where you were told. The general looks at you sternly the whole time, looking at the ship. Looks around. Every now and then he barks orders. And it takes a couple of minutes, like 15, 20 minutes after you're in place, before the bridge starts opening with heavy whining chains and grinding, groaning wood. The bridge opens from the middle, upwards.
Tinker.
Eventually, you are given the go-ahead to pass through.
Tinker climbs up onto the crow's nest and sort of surveys everything, pulls a few ropes and wires, which sort of like allows him to manipulate the various sails and whatnot. And he's kind of like rigged it up so that he's essentially doing it, but
he's
like
ratatouilleing.
Yeah, he's ratatouilleing the sails, all from one place. But it's he's sort of going along with the charade that he can, him and Trish can, move the ship.
I'm going to ask for a couple of checks.
Oh no! Orb, get ready.
I want Mirel to make a survival check. This is you helping Hold Eater keep track of what's in the river.
Yeah.
I want Tinker
Oh, too bad.
to make an acrobatics check.
Oh,
This is you
what?
fine-tuning the sail.
oh, we got this.
And I want Trish to make an athletics check. Because steering is heavy work.
But she's pretending to steer.
Okay, then you will not be providing any help for Hold Eater.
You can do a little bit.
Oh, that's
Well,
fair.
this whole time she's pretended.
It's
No
true.
one's
I'm gonna-
actually told
No,
her
that's
to.
fair.
I'm gonna,
to
I'm
actually
gonna
help.
push. I'm gonna push
Okay.
because I don't like that 10. Even a 12's better
Okay.
than a 10.
Okay, I got an 18, then I pushed, so now it's a 22.
Okay.
So I think we're well aware of the rocks.
So I'm gonna make a check for Hold Eater with a +2 from Mirel having successfully helped.
That's fair.
I did roll poorly.
Uh-oh. Hold it up.
Hold Eater does scrape up against one of the sides of the bridge. And you can hear like the cracking of wood, the crumbling of stone. And if you look over, Tinker, you just see the general just shaking his head. And then if he clocks you, if you look at him, he'll just pat the pouch of gold. Sort of like, and this is why.
Tinker winks and sort of turns away and he mutters to himself, well, lucky we did it this way, otherwise I would have got to blow the whole thing up.
Oh, no.
Maybe I still will.
You pass through. The city slowly left behind. You see the bridge. The undamaged part comes down. And you see a couple of people already go to inspect the damages. But they disappear eventually as the lights of the windows and the lanterns and torches fade to little dots. Do you all let Mirel know that you've passed? Or is Mirel staying underwater to help navigate?
I think she will stay under to help navigate for as long as she can, even when they tell her it's it's safe, you can come out, because it just seems like a very shallow area in here. Yeah.
Tinker, being up in the crow's nest, eventually you are forced to simply like furl up the sails, remove them essentially, because from here on out, fine-tuning the movement of the ship is more important.
Yeah.
And as you're doing that, you do spot a handful of torches, a little train of individuals heading through a smattering of woods along the river. Following the track of these people, you start hearing the sound of hammers, like a wooden mallet hammering down nails, a familiar sound. And as the ship turns ever so slightly, there's a view that Tinker has never before seen. Lit by torches and candles under a makeshift roof currently being made, like someone trying to build something around. The lights are reflected beautifully. The crystal statues of a child looking at the sky and a woman crawling through the grass towards her. And that's where we're going to end today.
Oh, look, a strawberry.
What?
I liked the meme. I understood that reference. Oh
I
no.
don't get it. I don't get the meme.
A strawberry.
Oh,
I
don't
don't-
mind the meme.
Don't mind me. I'm trying to
No,
remember.
no, but it's
I was just Orb saying he's tired.
yeah, I know, and it's completely thrown me from what I'm actually trying to meant to be remembering.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have no
trying to
idea.
remember which. Okay, a woman and a child. Did we meet them in the hospital way back in
No.
episode like
No,
2?
I'm trying
No, we
to.
would
No.
not. Okay.
I'm gonna say this. You don't from this is recognize who they are.
Yeah.
But you see a
Hmm.
gathering of people
Mm.
around these, what looks like crystal statues.
And they're definitely not statues, guys. Because the moon is evil.
Oh, it's. Yeah. Okay. So some Lunakin have gone. Okay.
I will say it was definitely a child facing the sky,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then from the direction of the village or the town,
The mother.
an
the
adult
woman trying
who's
to...
like
Yeah.
crawling on all fours through the grass.
Oh no.
Sad.
That's so depressing.
Yep.
You're gonna leave us with that for 2 weeks, Josie?
All right.
Well, we know
Oh,
we know many things tonight.
you do. I mean, at least, hey, I got a makeover. You know what?
Do you get a
Thank
You
makeover?
gotta make.
And I just want to say, Tinker getting us through that checkpoint, masterfully navigating
Well
us through
done.
that checkpoint.
Well done.
Because you don't have a lot of bad things on the ship just out and about. The scrapped one was completely cleaned away.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You can't, because Tinker is such a hoarder and messy child,
Mhm.
you managed to get that deception through. Like, okay, yeah, the door would look like a blast room door,
Yep. Yep.
the chains and everything.
Yep. Yep.
And, yeah.
And because I went out a window willingly,
that
you
was.
didn't have to worry
Did
about
go
me.
out a window.
yeah.
I actually rolled to check if the guard remembered the window being closed.
I thought
and
you
he
might
was like-
have.
and he was like, "Chief, I have no idea. I did not look for that." He was very much like, "I saw that someone was in there hiding, and I simply closed the door and marked that there's an issue here."
Yeah.
That-
that
that
It
was-
turns
yeah.
out it was just an octopus the
It
whole
was just
time.
an octopus the whole time.
Totally just an octopus.
He's gonna get a
definitely not people.
stern dressing
Oh,
down later.
I feel
that
a little
poor,
bad
poor
for
guy.
him. Yeah.
But
Someone's
you
in
know,
trouble.
you know what was gonna happen if Tinker was forced to take the captain down? He was gonna push him into Whole Eater's mouth.
Oh
No,
yeah,
absolutely.
that
Yeah,
Lots
yeah,
of
yeah.
ogre strength. It would be a easy. Like they don't expect him to have that strength. Why would it
We
would be a
didn't see
surprise
it, we
push?
never see it coming.
Yeah.
Like tasty,
You just
tasty
punch him in the
chicken.
kneecap and
Yeah.
he's down.
That like
Yeah.
surely that must count. Like no one would expect Tinker to have that sort of level of strength. That would surely
Exactly.
count in his
Especially
favor.
Fingers-
considering the gauntlets look like you've strapped beef jerky to yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
So what you're saying? It auto crits.
No, I would say I'd like to have
It doesn't auto-crit,
advantage
but
on.
it might have advantage.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
might have an extra effect.
Yeah.
If this was old school system, they would be for sure be flat-footed.
Oh yeah.
As
Oh,
it's called.
flat-footed. Oh.
Okay, okay. So like Tinker's always gonna be the one in charge of pushing people in, I think, is what I'm
I
hearing.
was actually internally,
sense.
I was like, please make us go down. Please make us go down. Please make me. I wanted.
You're such a chaos.
I wanted to
person.
feed someone to the Sarlacc. All right. Just like.
You know what? It's
But
valid.
this guy, for sure, if there was any actual issue, he was the guy who is like almost lawful evil. He's like, nope, I'm just doing my job. Come here now. You go prison.
Yep. And Tinker would have replied with either a push or a cannon. Surprise
Mm,
cannon,
mhm.
point
Surprise-
blank. No.
Once
no.
again, no one expects a
No one
surprise
expects-
Have a
cannon.
look in my backpack. See if there's anything incriminating in there.
Do you see anything incriminating?
Spits out shield, then cannon.
Spits out the
Oh.
shield. That's the wrong.
Like, he gets
cannon.
he gets a little shard of metal in the eye, like, what the
Oh.
fuck? And then boom, and
Oh
gone.
man.
But he does have some temp hit points now.
Trish was ready to throw hands.
Yeah, I realized that I'm like, oh, no, we're going to do this chill way.
Yeah. Thank you, Raiders, for
Yeah.
coming in
Yes,
as well.
thank
you so much,
Pure as
Raiders.
always.
Oh,
So good. I hope you all enjoyed today. Lots of good RP.
Oh man, it was so tense that first like what 40 minutes or so. I was just like,
It's like, oh,
I'm not
shit.
ruining this.
Oh,
This is
shit.
good. This is beautiful. Make him squirm a little bit.
Make him
Make
squirm.
him
a little.
squirm.
I was making
squirm.
you squirm.
Yeah, but I
Also,
liked it,
we
you know?
finally got to reveal what Mirel actually looks like.
Yeah, she's on screen now. If you're looking at the screen, you can see the
Yes.
real Morel next to the dice rolls.
Real Mirel.
Yep.
Hence why I had to jump in the water. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been
Yeah,
an issue.
yeah.
I,
For those curious, she can turn the disguise off at any time, but
it just
putting
takes
it
a bit
on takes weeks because
It
they are
takes
simply
so
small
long.
changes. Yes.
All right.
This is from my homebrew subclass called Gavanite. There's an ability called Pearlescence that lets you create some physical changes.
Yes.
Orb.
So we went fish.
Just 2 seconds. We're gonna do the usual. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been Josie Poser, the Dungeon Mistress of this campaign, the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle, and I've been joined by my very good friends. I would like them to say hello as I point them out. Wet as the Orb, who has been playing
Hello.
Curse Motherborn.
Hello.
Ozzy Devro, who's been playing Tinker Slobbersnout.
That's me.
And Cuddly Raptor, who's been playing Mirel. Still no last name though.
Your last name.
That's for nerds.
That's for nerds.
And next time, there will be no D&D next Sunday, but after that, we have the goodest boy Forrest Barkley back as Roju returns from his long vacation in Japan. So Orb, you're now allowed to go to bed.
Go bed. Oh, right here. Okay, amazing.
This is not bed, this
That's-
is death.
This is desk. Get out of here. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
get
Get out
outta
of here.
No.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh dear.
And Tinker also got his 4th feat, because
Yeah.
that's something we're doing this campaign. The characters have to earn feats by accomplishing things, and they cannot pick feats when they get their ability score upgrades. So
That's it.
they go only for the ability scores, but they can do things to get feats. And Tinker has been succumbing to mind reading a fair amount so far,
Yes. Yes. So
and he's had enough.
Yep, I absolutely had enough. We're done. We're done with the mind reading. So those wisdom saves are coming through.
That might
Very
come in clutch.
It might come in clutch. Yeah.
He's got a good average on all of his saving throws
I just
now.
yeah. I'm actually a little. I'm like I'm looking at the spread. I'm going. Tinker is just lining himself up to be a great jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And somehow a master of strength. That just does not make sense.
That's
Doesn't
wild
make
to me.
sense.
You do also have the schematics, so in the future you could upgrade the gauntlets.
Yeah, which I'm not entirely sure. How high can your strength score go? Because that's
Because
Surely
it's from an
it's-
item,
Yeah.
it can go very high.
oh!
I think the highest you can get from an item is like 27 or 29.
You know what? I'll settle for a nice like 26. I think that'd be a nice.
Yeah. Even 25,
Just a
maybe.
casual
Just
plus
maybe.
7 strength modifier, I think. No, plus 8
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That would actually be amazing. I just gotta remind myself. What is he? If I take off the gauntlets of ogre power. Hang on. I. So without the gauntlets of power, he has a -1 to his strength. He has 8. But with the
Yeah.
gauntlets, it goes way up to a 19. So he has the +4.
Amazing.
It's so.
And I think if we're being specific, we're just using the item gauntlets of ogre strength when it's technically the gauntlets of boulet strength,
Yeah.
because the actual beef jerky you're using comes from boulet.
Yes. Yeah.
From your very favorite bird friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're definitely friends.
I mean,
100% friend.
he wouldn't have known that
You
acid
you
went
have
bad after a
scammed
day.
him, but failed successfully in your scams.
Yes. Oh, it's
Bully strength.
Bully strength. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to see. But it's very likely that the next session we're gonna have to play it split party because they are still so far apart. And we'll simply have to see how that goes.
I'm excited.
Cuddly Raptor,
Yes.
I hear the buzz. It's gonna take us on a raid.
I've got it. I'm ready to catch
got it?
My thumb is out. Is that how you catch a bus? I'm waving at it.
Do you have your bus pass? Did you pre?
You have your bus pass?
I do. I do.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
We're going
Everyone-
to see some more Repo, just like Josie and I and Orb played last night.
Oh, so much fun.
It was
So much fun,
good.
everyone.
Maybe Ozzy can join us one of these Saturdays.
No, because he's playing games with his brother.
Oh,
on
that's
Saturday.
right. He's
Yeah.
got cool people to play with.
He's
I
got
wouldn't.
family.
I wouldn't
Right.
say that my brother's cool. He's a teacher, so he's not. He's
Yeah,
gotta.
okay, okay.
Sorry, he's a high school teacher. Let me clarify.
Oh,
High
he's really
school-
cool then.
No,
Okay, I'm just kidding.
we
what
all
do
know
I
that Cuddly wasn't the cool person in school.
I would have thought Cuddly was cool.
I was in band and choir.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have thought Cuddly was cool.
Yeah. So
Yay!
was I. But you know what else is cool? Saying goodbye.
Wow.
So we can say hello again.
So we can say hello again. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for today, everyone. We will see you all next time. Goodie bye bye.
Bye.